Is your water?
It's time now for the Warrior Game of the Week, and it's brought to you by Center Coast Hospital, serving our community with care. The Hyuchi Hamlet, gas, fishing, tackle, and snacks for your Wild Rivers adventure. Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. L&L Design and Construction. They love to support the Warriors. For construction work, call 465-6432. Coast Central Credit Union, people helping people. And Freeman Rock, family owned, serving Curry and Del Norte counties. And now, with a pregame show, here's Mad Dog and John.
It's a gusty homecoming night at Mike Whalen Field as the Warriors of Del Norte try to bounce back after its first loss of the season. Standing in the way, their old familiar foe, the Fortuna Huskies. Hello, I'm John Pritchett. He's John Horner. JD is back in the studio. And welcome to the Warrior pregame show on DelNorteSports.com. Please tell your friends and neighbors they can listen to the game here at KPOD 97.9 FM. We're having some transmitter problems, but we are live on DelNorteSports.com. After winning its first 4 games, Del Norte was dumped in Klamath Falls by Mazama last week. The final was 1-14. Mad Dog, 2 things can happen. The Warriors can wallow in self-pity, or they can bounce back like they did last year when it lost its first game and bounce back with a vengeance.
Well, John, I expect an explosive performance from the Warrior team tonight for homecoming. The Warriors were embarrassed last week and look to take it out on the Husky team that has shown signs of weakness so far this season. But you know how a prideful team plays when they have nothing to lose. These Huskies are looking to spoil this homecoming party tonight by any means possible. It's Fortuna versus Del Norte under the lights at Mike Whalen Field. We are in for a good one.
We'll be back in a few moments with a preview of tonight's game and a look back at last week's loss. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
There's more to the pregame to come. Follow the Warriors online at kpodfm.com or delnortesports.com. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. We'll be back with John and Mad Dog in just a couple of minutes.
Life can change in a heartbeat. A traffic accident, a sports injury, a heart attack or stroke. Suddenly, your world turns upside down. When you need attention quickly, turn to Sutter Coast Hospital's 24-hour emergency room. Skilled emergency doctors and nurses here offer compassionate and immediate care. Located in Crescent City, right off Highway 101, turn to Sutter Coast Hospital, serving the North Coast region for more than 30 years.
Freeman Rock is your complete source for landscaping products, including topsoil and soil amendments. Buying your products in bulk is the most economical and ecologically friendly. And Freeman Rock also delivers. Freeman Rock is open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday by appointment. Freeman Rock has supplied our communities with quality ready-mix concrete, sand, and gravel, and now landscaping supplies since 1976. Check out our new updated interactive website, freemanrock.com, or call 469-2444.
And now, back to the pregame show with Mad Dog and John on 97.9 FM, KPODFM.com, and DelNorteSports.com. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride.
Welcome back to Mike Whalen Field, homecoming night, where just a few moments ago, Del Norte's junior varsity improved to 4-1 on the season with a 51-8 spanking of Fortuna. Mad Dog, it was a lopsided game from the beginning to end. Lots of big plays for the Warriors.
Well, I tell you what, this JV team, once again, back to their dominant ways. Had a tough outing last week against Mazama, but, man, they dominated both sides of the ball tonight. Did a great job of getting in the backfield of Fortuna Huskies. Didn't really allow them to get anything going, and then at least 4 or 5 players hit the end zone for the Warriors on big runs. Great outing for this Del Norte JV team.
As mentioned earlier, 4-1 now on the season for the junior varsity. Looking at tonight's varsity game, as we mentioned earlier, Del Norte lost to the Vikings of Mazama by 7 last week, and that was disappointing as the Warriors certainly had their chances. But turnovers, ill-timed penalties, maybe a hint of overconfidence left Del Norte with a 4-1 record.
Well, the Warriors, I believe, underestimated this Vikings team and got caught on the heels midway through the second quarter. Hats off to this Vikings. They showed up with confidence in front of their wild home crowd and played a great game.
The game was tied at 7 at halftime, with Del Norte having scored in the first quarter, then giving up a TD inside the final minute of the first half. In the third quarter, Del Norte went back out in front. It sounded like this. Leia under center. Counterplay. Works. Warriors. Big room. It's Gio Gonzalez. Touchdown, Del Norte. Mazama responded quickly, but not tying the score because Chase Blackburn blocked the extra point, so the Warriors led 14-13. However, a 60-yard touchdown run by Viking quarterback Tristan Lee made it a 7-point game after the 2-point conversion, and that was it. All the way into the final seconds of the fourth quarter. Del Norte had its chance to tie the game, getting 4 chances from inside the Mazama 10-yard line with less than a minute to play. But Del Norte could not score. The game ended, and it was a long bus ride home from Klamath Falls.
Well, after discussing the game with the coaching staff, I believe the game was played the way both teams expected. The difference was up front. Mazama's front line played better than anticipated. I believe the blocking schemes that the Vikings were able to accomplish against a veteran Warrior defense was executed to perfection. Their veer worked most of the night, isolating our outside linebackers and freezing our defensive ends. Offensively, we could have done a better job of holding our outside containment blocks and allow plays to develop naturally. The loss of Timmy Thompson and Kobe Mitchell in the second half hurt the Warriors also.
And you know that Fortuna coach Mike Bembo saw that film, and he's going to try to use the same blueprint tonight. And before we get too down about the loss, let's consider the opponent. Mazama has won its league 6 years in a row. Vikings are very well coached, very motivated, and considered one of the best Class 4A programs in Oregon. Losing to them is nothing of which to be ashamed. Still, it was a disappointing defeat.
Well, like you mentioned earlier, Del Norte had its chances at the end of the game, and that shows the true grit of this Warrior team. 4 opportunities inside the Vikings' 10-yard line at the end of the game. We had our chances, John.
You're listening to the Warrior pregame show on DelNorteSports.com. Working hard to try to get the transmitter problem that's keeping KPOD off the air right now, trying to get that fixed. So tell your friends and neighbors that they can listen to the game, at least the pregame show and the game itself, on DelNorteSports.com. About 7 minutes to go until kickoff here on homecoming night on the campus of Del Norte High. The wrestling team has hamburgers for sale. Dance team has tri-tip for sale. The Asian club has egg rolls for sale. So come on down and enjoy homecoming. We're going to have a fireworks show at halftime. Although that may be, with this wind, I'm not sure how that's going to play out.
We know we got the Flamin' W also.
We're going to have that. Well, taking on Fortuna, it's pretty amazing how often these two teams have played each other over the past 15 years. In fact, this is the non-conference battle between these two teams. And
over the past 15 seasons, these two teams have played each other 33 times, including 3 times last year. And that span, the Huskies have won 18 times and Del Norte 15.
Fortuna is the 2-time defending North Coast Section champion. But this season, the Huskies have struggled. They come into tonight's game with a 1-3 record, including a 13-7 loss to arch rival Ferndale. And Mad Dog, clearly this isn't the Husky team we've seen the past few years. However, Fortuna had a bye last week, which means Huskies coach Mike Bembo had an extra week to get ready for Del Norte.
Well, John, this Husky team is no stranger to adversity, and Coach Bembo is one of the greatest motivational coaches I know. Remember, this is the same coaching staff that took the last in league team last year and flipped the script for a section championship. Look for this Fortuna Husky team to come into this game very prepared and fresh. This offense keeps defensive coordinator Coach Darren LaFazio up late at night, as the offensive coordinator Coach Dewey from Fortuna will throw a lot of different formations and misdirections tonight to try to get this physical Del Norte defense on their heels.
We chatted with Del Norte coach Nick White about Fortuna bouncing back after a loss and other topics of importance in this week's version of KPOD's Coaches Conference.
Well, Coach White, you're coming off your first loss of the season last week. You got Fortuna now. How do the kids respond this week in practice after a tough defeat?
We were hoping it'd be a learning experience, and it has, going over the film on Monday. the thing about a loss is things happen that that we didn't do good on film, so we can point those things out. And we had a great week of practice, honestly. Like, every day this week got better, and the kids are ready to go.
Well, you're going to play a Fortuna team that struggled this year, 1-3 coming in, but they've had an extra week to get ready for you guys. What are you expecting from the Huskies?
They have excellent coaching. It's, if you compare it to math, it could be their coaching staff is throwing calculus at it. So we, as a coaching staff, have to get ready and prepare the kids all week. They have a bye week, so they will do some stuff that we haven't seen offensively. That's for sure, and we will save a few timeouts for that.
Now, you're going to be playing without Kobe Mitchell, kind of the heart of the team, both on offense and defense. What sort of adjustments are you going to have to make to overcome that loss?
Kobe does great. He's a great player, great part of our team. It's business as usual. The next kid steps up, we do what we do. Nothing changes. Chase Blackburn will be fullback. Giovanni Gonzalez, who had a great game rushing last week, will be the starting wingback, and we brought R.J. Lofton up from the JV team. So I don't know how long it's been since a freshman moved up to varsity, but he's the first one in a long time, so we're excited about it.
You have R.J. coming up from the JVs, also Kai Baugh getting his first action this season. What do they bring to the table for you?
RJ will come in. He will sub in for the fullback position. Kai's going to come in and play some DN for us, and we're excited to have him. We're excited to see what he can do. He's been banged up all year, and he finally is feeling healthy enough to play here. So we actually have the most, besides Kobe missing, we have the most numbers we've had all year.
Homecoming night, what does that mean for this team and for you as well? It should be a pretty good sized crowd, the fireworks. What kind of emotions are you feeling and the team feeling?
I think everybody's just excited to play in front of the home crowd. We've been on the road for a couple weeks. Homecoming brings a different dynamic, so it can be good and bad. There's a lot of distractions for the kids all week, which they've got through really good. And then I think they're excited because of all the events leading up to it. Everybody coming back to watch the home team, and they're ready to go. I know they are. Coach, thanks a lot. Best of luck tonight. Thank you.
Del Norte head coach Nick White on the Warrior pregame show. And if you can hear my voice and you're listening to 97.9 FM, that means we're back on the air. If you can't hear my voice, you need to turn the radio up louder. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Warriors. Starting lineups brought to you by DelNorteSports.com, which has been working fine during the pregame. Taking a look at the starting lineup for the Warriors, the right side, up the big guys up front. The guard, Tanner Fortner, he's a junior, 5'10", 205, number 57. And actually, we're going to take a break real quick, and then we're going to come back with the rest of the starting lineups and Mad Dog's keys to the game. Actually, no, we're going to keep going with the starting lineup. We're trying to juggle some things here with the transmitter issue. The tackle on the right side is Sam Showerman, number 54. He's the sophomore, 5'11", 250 pounds. The big guy in the middle, Luke King, number 76, 5'11", 265. Left guard is Anthony Slayton. He's a senior, 6'2", 220. And Timmy Thompson, 6'1", 240 pounds. He's a senior as well. Tight end is Connor Long, senior, 6'4", 200 pounds, 3 catches so far this year. Wide receiver Caleb Price is a junior at 6'5". He's got 7 catches this season. Levi Cox-Cooley is the running back, leading the team in rushing with 472 yards. Chase Blackburn gets the start at fullback, taking over for Kobe Mitchell, who's unavailable this week. And the quarterback, O.J. Kalea, 6-foot senior, trying to bounce back after a 3-for-9 performance against Mazama. On defense, the defensive ends are Long and Thompson. The tackles are Showerman and King. The outside linebackers, Cox-Cooley and Blackburn. Inside is Faulkner and Slayton. Freeman and Gonzalez, Gio Gonzalez are your cornerbacks, and your safety is Caleb Price. Your kicker is Kenji Adams-Lee. He's perfect this year on PATs. He will also handle the punting. Blackburn and Cox-Cooley are your deep men. We're going to send it back to you. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
There's more to the pregame to come. Follow the Warriors online at KPODFM.com or DelNorteSports.com. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. We'll be back with John and Mad Dog in just a couple of minutes.
Life can change in a heartbeat. A traffic accident, a sports injury, a heart attack or stroke. Suddenly, your world turns upside down. When you need attention quickly, turn to Sutter Coast Hospital's 24-hour emergency room. Skilled emergency doctors and nurses here offer compassionate and immediate care. Located in Crescent City, right off Highway 101, turn to Sutter Coast Hospital, serving the North Coast region for more than 30 years.
When you choose L&L Design and Construction, it's a game changer. They can do it all. New home construction, remodels large or small, garages and manufactured home site development. They're local, reliable, and love this community. When it comes to design and construction, choose the LaFazio family at L&L, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors. Start planning for spring today. Call 707-465-6432, license number 931605. When you choose L&L Design and Construction, it's a game changer. They can do it all. New home construction, remodels large or small, garages and manufactured home site development. They're local, reliable, and love this community. When it comes to design and construction, choose the LaFazio family at L&L, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors. Start planning for spring today. Call 707-465-6432, license number 931605.
Freeman Rock is your complete source for landscaping products, including topsoil and soil amendments. Buying your products in bulk is the most economical and ecologically friendly. And Freeman Rock also delivers. Freeman Rock is open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday by appointment. Freeman Rock has supplied our communities with quality ready-mix concrete, sand, and gravel, and now landscaping supplies since 1976. Check out our new updated interactive website, freemanrock.com, or call 469-2444.
And now, back to the pregame show with Mad Dog and John on 97.9 FM, KPODFM.com, and DelNorteSports.com. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride.
Welcome back to homecoming night here at Mike Whalen Field. Del Norte getting ready to take on Fortuna in the non-conference battle between these two teams later on this season. In fact, it will be on October 25th, Del Norte will go to Fortuna for the Big Four Conference showdown. Mad Dog, what are the keys tonight for Del Norte on offense?
I think the big thing is come out fired up. I thought we were a little bit lackadaisical last week. Homecoming night here for the Warriors. Offensively, do what you do well, run the ball, and run the ball often.
And on defense for the Warriors,
I think the big thing is going to be get penetration in the backfield. A lot of misdirection, a lot of misdirection, and a lot of power football. Coach Bimbo watched the Mazama tape. He knows what he needs to do tonight. Del Norte's got to get in the backfield, unlike they did very well against Mazama.
Del Norte won the toss and elected to defer, so Fortuna will be receiving the kickoff. Pretty stiff wind blowing out there. It's about 55 degrees. Wind blowing 15 to 25 miles an hour with higher gusts coming out of the north-northwest, so it will have an impact on kicks and on passing.
Here we go. Del Norte's got to find a way to make sure they can get the momentum at the beginning here. We got a packed house here for homecoming, and we got to make sure we keep the crowd right in it.
Back deep for the Huskies is Levi Nyberg. He's the team's leading rusher.
He does it all.
Fortuna coming into this game 1-3. Here's Kenji Adams-Lee's kick. It's a little punt, basically, that's taken at the 30 by an up man and quickly brought down just past the 35 to the 37, and that is where the Huskies take over 1st and 10 in this non-conference battle between two teams that have played each other 33 times in 15 years, including 3 times last year. Fortuna winning at home, losing here at Mike Whalen Field in the regular season, and then winning in this section semifinals. The quarterback is Huff. He's got the ball, swings it out far side. It's caught, weaving his way around, avoiding tackles, and will pick up about 8 yards on the far side of the field. Making the catch was Connor Pratt.
Great job by Pratt. Little screen pass, great block by the wide receiver on the outside to spring him for that 8 yards.
Fortuna has went with 2 quarterbacks this year. Max Huff and Dayton Taylor, neither have been particularly impressive statistic-wise. Handout to the first man through, and making the tackle for the Warriors is Faulkner. Carrying the ball for Fortuna was Nyberg. No gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. The ball inches past the 45-yard line of the Huskies.
Faulkner introduced himself to Mr. Nyberg right there, right at the line of scrimmage. Great hit by Faulkner.
Reagan Nyberg comes out wide to the left as a wide receiver. Split running backs, man in motion to the far side of the field. Handoff, first man through, and he is absolutely eaten up by Tanner Faulkner. A loss on the play back to the 43-yard line. Make it the 44. It's going to be 4th down and 3, and the punt team jogs on the field.
If Nyberg didn't feel the first one, I guarantee you he felt that one.
Nyberg got knocked back at least 4 yards. Punt team's on the field. Levi Cox-Cooley deep for the Warriors, back near his own 20-yard line. Now it comes up to the 25. There's the snap. There's the punt. Good punt. And with this wind, Cox-Cooley has to let it bounce. And why is he even anywhere near it? It finally comes to a halt at the 7-yard line. Penalty flag on the field. What a shock.
On the far side of the field, looks like it could be on the return.
Holding against Del Norte. And so what was lousy field position after the punt's going to turn into really lousy field position inside the 5.
And the Warriors kind of paid for it that time in the aspect of that was the first time they didn't go dual backs with Blackburn back there. And they only went with one back in Cox-Cooley. That's a big field to cover. Great kick by Fortuna. And it's going to pin the Warriors inside their own 5 after the penalty.
Del Norte looking to bounce back after the loss last week, 21-14. Warriors break the huddle. Quarterback O.J. Colea under center. Hands off to Cox-Cooley going around the left side. He's got some room. Cuts it back and finally gets tackled down after picking up the first down of the night for Del Norte. Levi Cox-Cooley, the team's leading rusher.
Great job by Cox-Cooley. Off tackle right there. Got a great block. He's going to pick up 12 yards on the play. Great job by that right side of the line.
And that is one of the few times they've run that play that they did not get hit with a holding penalty. And I'm not being facetious when I say that. That play has been very successful, but it seems to always attract laundry.
It's that seal around the edge that usually catches them.
1st and 10. Handoff, Blackburn up the middle, spin move, still on his feet. Finally brought down. It's going to be another 1st down for the Warriors out to the 28-yard line. This drive started on the 4, and the Warriors in 2 plays have got it out to almost the 30.
That Fortuna defense, you could tell what their game plan is. The Del Norte running backs are tough to bring down. So what they're doing is as 2 or 3 tacklers get to the Fortuna tacklers get there, they're trying to strip that ball. They are going to have to try to cause turnovers against this Del Norte offense that just likes to mow over you.
Chase Blackburn getting the start at fullback with Kobe Mitchell injured with a hamstring injury. Handoff on the counter play. That's Cox-Cooley. Another 1st down for the Warriors out to the 40.
Just gashing the Fortuna front line. 3 plays, averaging 11 yards a carry. Cox-Cooley now 2 carries, 25 yards for the big man.
Cox-Cooley came into this game averaging 7 yards every time he carries the ball. No score, 9 minutes exactly left, 1st quarter on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. John Pritchett, John Horner with you on homecoming night at Mike Whalen Field. Kalea, the senior, goes under center, directs Cox-Cooley into a slot. Now he goes in motion, fakes the pitch, and whistles blow. And we have illegal procedure against the Warriors.
Del Norte doing a good job blocking up front. 3 big holes. First penalty of the night for the Warriors. And false start. Looked like we had too many guys in motion there.
Faulkner, Showerman, King, Slayton, and Thompson. Thompson, who was carried off the field at the end, toward the end of last week's game, turned out just to be a bruise. And he is starting tonight. 1st and 15 for Del Norte. Handoff inside and picking up about 6 or 7 yards for the Warriors was Chase Blackburn.
Great run by Blackburn. He explodes through the hole just like Kobe does. And I talked to the coach a little bit. A little different element that Blackburn can bring is once he breaks through that linebacker spot, he can cut that thing to the outside with his burst of speed. So it's another little added layer for that fullback.
An 8-yard gain. The first time Del Norte did not get a first down, but with the penalty, it's going to be 2nd down and 7 to go. Kalea goes under center, split running backs behind him. Fumble as Kalea came out from underneath too fast, and it's been recovered by Fortuna.
Turnover by the Warriors after successful runs. If you're going to stop Del Norte, turnovers are going to be probably the biggest favor for Fortuna here.
And that was just a matter of, it looked like OJ just came out from behind the center before he got hold of the ball. So it's 1st and 10 for the Huskies in Del Norte territory at the 43. Huff back to pass, throws too far, incomplete. And we have a penalty.
On this side, on this end. Could have been holding on the Warriors, and definitely in the areas, but notice we false start on the wide receiver over here on the Del Norte sideline.
First penalty of the night against Fortuna. Next week, we will be in the metropolis of Weaverville as Del Norte takes on Trinity Valley. And, of course, Mad Dog and I will be there with all the action. Game time is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. JVs won tonight in decisive fashion, 55-8. So 1st down and 15, the ball at the Del Norte 47. Huff, pitch play, far side. Nyberg's got some room and gets ridden out of bounds short of the first down.
Another penalty.
Making the play for the Warriors was Nick Freeman on the tackle. Personal foul, face mask against the Warriors. That'll be a 15-yarder, and that will be the first down of the night for the Huskies.
Be a 10-yard penalty. It'll be pushed all the way inside the 30.
I believe that'll be a 15-yard.
All the way inside the 25.
They're going to mark it at the 22.
Coach LaFazio doesn't like the looks of this right here. See if this Del Norte defense can stiffen up right here.
Second possession of the night for the Huskies. Fortuna trying to take advantage of a Del Norte turnover. Warriors showing blitz. Handoff, Nyberg. The ball's loose, but it is recovered by the Huskies.
It fell right in Nyberg's lap after he dropped it.
He was hustling and got back up, and it went right back to him. Loss on the play, back to the 26, and it's going to be 2nd down and about 14.
A little Mike Whalen lucky bounce for Fortuna right there.
Huskies come to the line. No score midway through the first quarter. Back to pass, looking, throwing over the middle. Air mails it way over his intended receiver's head. He would have needed to be Wilt Chamberlain to have hauled that one in.
Huff just dropped back real quick. I think he had a little bit of quick feet right there. He saw Slayton coming at him.
Actually, that was Drayden Taylor.
Oh, Taylor's back. Taylor's in there.
Taylor, 6 for 22 coming into this game. 2 TDs, 5 interceptions. 3rd down and about 14. Split running backs. Taylor looking, pitches it to Nyberg, cuts it, finds a little room, but gets driven out of bounds well short of the first down. Freeman with another tackle. Nice play by the senior, who's seeing more and more playing time on the defensive side of the ball at the cornerback position. And it's going to bring up 4th down and let's call it 13. The ball resting exactly on the 25-yard line, far side hash mark. And undoubtedly, the Huskies will go for it.
Yeah, Coach Bimbo will go for this one. Look for the hard count to start with.
They rush to the line. Back to pass. Taylor looking. He's going to throw deep. He puts up a lollipop that's intercepted by Del Norte. Making the play is Slayton, Anthony Slayton with the interception. What a diverse player Anthony Slayton is. He's an offensive lineman. He's a defensive tackle. Oh, he'll also play safety.
Absolutely. Drop back in the dime coverage right there. Knowing it was a passing down for Fortuna. Slayton doing a great job of getting to the right spot, but not a bad punt for Fortuna as the ball was on the 25 and now they're back down to the 10.
1st and 10 for the Warriors. Their second possession of the night. Not much better than the first time, which started at the 4. Counter play, and this time the Huskies were ready for it. Making the run for the Warriors was Giovanni Gonzalez, Gio Gonzalez. It's going to be a loss of 1, and the ball now placed inside the 10.
Coach Bimbo and their defense did a lot of scouting on that one. They saw that one coming. That's been a big play for the Warriors and Gio Gonzalez in the past games.
No score on the Santa Cruz Hospital scoreboard. Handoff inside. Blackburn gets tangled up early, and he will get back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe a yard beyond that. So 3rd down and 9 with the ball on, let's call it the 12 of the Warriors. Beautiful night here, except for the wind, which is starting to settle down just a little bit, but still a little gusty. If you're coming out, bring your big coat.
Bring your big coat.
2 receivers go out wide to the left for the Warriors on the near side hash mark. Blackburn goes in motion, so 3 on that side. Back to pass. Screen pass to Cox Cooley. He avoids one, avoids another, goes down the sideline, picks up the first down. However, there is a penalty flag on the field.
One of the Fortuna guys turned his back, and we're going to get a block in the back here. Total accident for sure, but we're going to get it. They got it right there at about the 15-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and half the distance, I believe.
So they're going to mark it off from the 15, and it's going to be a full 10 yards back to the 5. 4th penalty already tonight against the Warriors.
Great play call by Coach White right there. The little backside screen to Cox Cooley. He got a couple good blocks to the outside, but we got a block in the back called during the run.
And now they back it up.
It was half the distance, yeah.
So instead of making it a 10-yard penalty, it turns into a 7-yard penalty. Nevertheless, it's 3rd down now and 11. Kalea under center. Hands it off right up the middle. Cox Cooley has got some room. Down the right sideline. He's at the 40. It's a foot race. He's at the 40 of the Huskies. He has the ball knocked loose from behind. It's been picked up by the Huskies. That's Nyberg. He's going to try to return it. Missing the tackle is Cox Cooley, and finally it's Slayton that brings him down. What a wild play as Cox Cooley got all the way out to the 30 of the Huskies when he had the ball poked away from behind.
And we got a penalty back at the return spot.
So a lot to sort out.
Did he get those yards?
He gets all those yards. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60-yard run for Cox Cooley.
I'm not sure. I think it was on the return is going to be the penalty here.
Roland Treherne is our referee tonight. Personal foul against Del Norte. So add 15 more yards if it's on the return.
It was on the return. So it'll put it all the way down to the Warrior 40-yard line. So they ran it back out to Fortuna 45, and it's going to push it across midfield to the Warrior 40, where Fortuna will take over. 2 costly fumble turnovers by the Warriors now.
Del Norte, which went 4 games without a turnover, had 2 last week, and have had 2 this quarter. 1st and 10 for the Huskies. Ball on the Del Norte 39.
Warriors dominating the line of scrimmage on both sides. Penalties on defense and turnovers on offense have definitely stymied the Warriors here.
37-42, 46 yards in penalties. And 4:39 left, first quarter, no score on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. Huff in at quarterback, hands the ball off. He's got running room, sprinting down the right side and getting tackled just shy of the goal line is Kobe Letter, the 6-foot senior. Came in averaging 6.7 yards per carry, and the Huskies are in the red zone, deep in Del Norte territory at the 6.
Great tackle down the field by Gio Gonzalez. 35-yard carry, and Gio saved the touchdown right there.
Huskies hustle to the line. Hands the ball off. Touchdown, Huskies. Carrying it in is Gage, and Fortuna gets on the board first, taking advantage of Del Norte's second fumble of the night.
You know, a team like this, the Huskies, you turn over the ball, make mistakes, they're going to make you pay. What a great drive there by the Huskies. Couple great play calls, just simple plays right off tackle, but great blocking scheme up front for the Huskies.
In for the extra point for the Huskies. That's Huff, the quarterback, straight on kicker, and it's good. So with 4:16 to go here in the first quarter, the Huskies take advantage of a Del Norte miscue and punch it into the end zone. Huskies lead 7-0 over Del Norte here on homecoming night at Del Norte High School.
Del Norte's got to find a way to find some momentum back, quieted this homecoming crowd here, and Del Norte, like I said, keys the game. We got to make sure the Huskies don't think they got a chance. You give the Huskies a touchdown or two lead, they're going to just slow roll this defense to make sure our offense doesn't get on the field. Del Norte's got to stay within themselves. They don't have to do anything different. Keep running the ball. They have dominated the line of scrimmage running the ball. They just got to make sure ball security has got to be at a premium here in the rest of the first half.
Warrior Athletics brought to you by members of the legendary Sportscasters Club, which includes Elk Valley Casino. There is always big game ahead. Hemmingson Contracting for all landscaping, paving, and road construction projects. Del Norte Tire. The Barnes family says our roots are here, not just our branches. H&R Block. Get your maximum refund guaranteed. Hambro WSG. Recycling, storage, truck repair, and waste removal. And Harbrook Jewelers, custom jewelry and excellent customer service. 7-0 our score, as Del Norte has moved the ball almost at will, but has twice fumbled and had it recovered by Fortuna.
And Fortuna's best offense has been Del Norte's penalties.
There's the kick, and it's going to be taken by Cox Cooley at about the 17-yard line. He drops it, but is able to jump on it at the 27, where the Warriors will take over 1st and 10. Del Norte with butter on their fingers to start this game.
Must be the wind, John. Wind,
well, the wind is certainly playing havoc with kicks and any passes.
But it shouldn't take the ball out of their hands, John.
Wind is not a factor when you're just dropping it. Del Norte fumbled once reasonably deep in their own territory, and then once on Cox Cooley's 60-plus yard run. Handoff, Cox Cooley, and he gets taken down at about the 30-yard line.
You know, I talked about it after that first couple plays from the line of scrimmage. The Fortuna defenders are swatting at the ball, knocking at the ball, knowing that they probably won't be able to stop this Del Norte offense, and they have done that successfully here in the first quarter, causing a couple turnovers.
3:45 to go, first quarter on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. Fortuna up 7-0. Del Norte with the ball. On their own 31-yard line, Kalea goes under center. Hands the ball off, left side, driving his feet, moving the pile, getting the first down for the Warriors. And that is the freshman that Del Norte brought up, R.J. Lofton. His first varsity carry is good for a first down.
Great job by Lofton. No fear there. Good for 8 yards on the play. And he was a touchdown maker on the JV team the last 3 or 4 games.
First and 10, ball on the Del Norte 42. It's been a long time since we've seen a freshman on the varsity playing time. Hand off to Blackburn, left side, and he gets tripped up as he tried to hurdle a would-be tackler. And we have timeout on the field. There's a penalty flag. Let's see what this one is.
Personal foul against Del Norte at the end of the play, unsportsmanlike.
The third personal foul of the quarter. 45, 50, 62 yards.
Coach White has got to be furious with his team right now. I have no idea what happened at the end of the play there, but
ball is marked back to just past the 25-yard line. So it's second down and 25. Calais goes under center. He's yet to throw the ball tonight. Counter play, and Gonzalez is tracked down from behind.
Great job by Nyberg, splitting up the middle of the defense right there. Bringing down Gio Gonzalez.
Another loss back to the 24. And it's going to be third and forever. 27 yards to be precise, as Del Norte has to get to the Fortuna 49. 7-0 our score, 2:10 to go. First quarter, Fortuna in front. One receiver goes out wide to the left. Man in motion. He gets the ball. It's Cox Cooley, and he's tripped up as just at the point where it looked like he might have a little room to operate. Instead, he goes down at the 28, and the punt team will come in.
Cox Cooley good for 6 yards in the carry, but it's still 4th and 22.
Gonzalez will come in to punt. Going deep for Fortuna.
I think that Kenji Adams-Lee.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, yes. Back is Nyberg as well as Taylor.
Both quarterbacks.
Adams-Lee, who has been averaging about 40 yards a punt. And he gets off a nice spiral that's going to land at about the 44, bounce past the 45, and then come back, and it will be down at, the 30. So it's going to be first and 10 for the Huskies at the 36-yard line. Nice punt by Cox Cooley.
Man, if you're Fortuna, you couldn't have scripted this first quarter any better. Up 7-0, 1:12 left here in the first quarter. Del Norte trailing at homecoming.
40-yard punt, no return. Huskies come to the line of scrimmage. Man comes in motion. That's Huff, and he's going to get taken down. Gain of maybe 1 on the play. Making the play for the Warriors. Kai Baugh. Interesting story, Mad Dog. He was a standout on the JVs and then transferred away. He's back for his senior season, has been injured, and he's finally getting a chance to be a Warrior at the varsity level.
Absolutely. He came back at the beginning of the season with a purpose to come out and be a difference for this team. And just to have the injury bug for the first 4 or 5 games, great to see him out there.
He's lined up at the right end position, 2nd and 10. Taylor comes in motion. Huff hands it off. First man through. And once again, Fortner just drives Nyberg back.
Well,
Nyberg's going to
have nightmares.
Yeah, it's
going to be nightmares. I mean, Fortner's not a huge guy, but when he lays the helmet or lays the shoulder on you, you go backwards.
And it's just textbook's technique. Loss of 1 on the play, 3rd and 11, and that is the end of the first quarter. One that saw Del Norte manage to move the ball pretty effectively, but 2 fumbles leads to a touchdown for the Huskies. After 1, it's Fortuna 7 and Del Norte nothing. We'll be back with the second quarter after this. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
It's time now for the Warrior of the Week. And it's brought to you by Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. And now, the Warrior of the Week.
Your Lisa McCowan State Farm Insurance Athlete of the Week is Scott Peters of the Del Norte High boys soccer team. After missing last season with a knee injury, Peters, the Warriors' senior goalkeeper, has anchored a defense that has allowed just 3 goals through the team's first 2 matches. Lisa McCowan and her team at State Farm Insurance wish Scott and his team the best of luck this season. Scott Peters, your Lisa McCowan State Farm Insurance Athlete of the Week.
And this has been your Warrior of the Week. And it's brought to you by Lisa McCowan State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. And that is your Warrior of the Week.
3rd and 11 coming up for Fortuna. Del Norte trailing 7-0 as we start the second quarter. John Pritchett, John Horner with you here at Mike Whalen Field. The white-clad Huskies come to the line of scrimmage. Man coming in motion. Back to pass. Huff throws. Caught. First down. Making the catch is Taylor, the other quarterback, inside Del Norte territory at the 46-yard line. That is just the Huskies in 5 games. Just their 17th completion of the season.
What a great bootleg. What a great play call. And found Taylor. Big target. About 18-yard gain there for the Huskies.
1st and 10 for the Huskies. Handoff straight up the middle and getting tripped up quickly by Faulkner was Kobe Letter, who scored the only touchdown so far this game. Gain of 1 on the play, marking the ball at the near side hash mark 45-yard line. Just started the second quarter, 7-0, Fortuna in front and with the ball. Del Norte has had a lot of success running the ball, but a pair of first quarter fumbles and 6 penalties for about 70 yards has hurt the Warriors' cause.
Ooh.
Fumble, but still loose, and tracking it down,
King.
It's the Warriors, Luke King at the 50-yard line.
King says, give me that ball right in the middle of the Warrior football. Great job by Luke King. Man, that boy's been going both ways all season with the injury of on the outside of Kai Ba, and he had to move in and have the starting role at the beginning of the season, and he's done a fantastic job in there.
Both teams now with 2 turnovers. Warrior take over 1st and 10 as Caleb Price goes out wide to the right. Handoff, Cox Cooley right side, turns it up, he's got some room. Pivots, has the first down, dragging Huskies with him out to the 35-yard line.
Great job by Cox Cooley, reading his block, cutting it inside the outside linebacker, and picking up 15 yards on the play.
6th first down of the night for the Warriors. 1st and 10 as Del Norte trying to even the score.
Cox Cooley just broke 100 yards already tonight on 7 carries.
Handoff once again. That's Cox Cooley. This time he's only going to pick up a couple as he tried the left side and got tripped up. 2nd down coming up. Let's call it 8. Ball marked at the 33-yard line. Make it the 34-yard line. 10:24 to go. Second quarter. 7-0 our score on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. Fortuna leading Del Norte here on homecoming night at Mike Whalen Field. Field looks terrific with the big Warrior logo at midfield. Calais goes under center, sends a man in motion, pitch play, whistles blow. That means there's a penalty against Del Norte.
Offsides off on Caleb Price out here at wide receiver on a running play.
7th penalty. And this has been every game so far this year. Del Norte has had 100 yards or more in penalties. They're well on the way to that already. And that played a big factor last week in the 21-14 loss to Mazama. But nevertheless, this seems to be an avalanche of penalties.
The Warriors in the first quarter had 12 rushes for 118 yards. Taking a look at Fortuna's offense, 9 rushes for 47, 1 for 3 passing for 8. 35 of that all coming on one play, so not much offense for Fortuna.
Cox Cooley gets the ball, right side's got some room, and gets an ankle tackle at the 30-yard line. He was just a half step away from scoring.
8-yard gain for Cox Cooley. They pulled it back a couple. His knee must hit the ground early. But 8-yard carry, and he's up to 125 yards of rushing. And we still have 9 minutes left here in the second quarter.
3rd down and 5. Ball at the 30 of Fortuna. Handoff. Cox Cooley takes it up the middle and gets spun down, but it's going to be a first down. Del Norte at about the 21. Cox Cooley, the junior, with Kobe Mitchell not available.
Blackburn blazing the way out there. Blackburn's out there shaking his head a little bit. The kid likes to block, too, and he's doing a great job of reading the blocks out there. Cox Cooley having a big night so far.
Kalea going under his center again. Cox Cooley goes in motion. It goes to Blackburn up the middle, weaving his way. Another first down, still on his feet, inside the red zone to about the 7-yard line, deep in Fortuna territory as the Warriors take aim to tie this game up.
15-yard carry by Blackburn, and the Warriors' offensive line is just gashing holes up front. Here comes a whole front line changeover for the Fortuna. Looks like the big boys are coming in.
King, Faulkner.
Look at those 3 guys for Fortuna.
Showerman, Slayton just pushing Fortuna back. Handoff, Blackburn moving the pile inside the 5 to about the 4. It's going to be 2nd and goal. 8:16 to go here in the first half. 7-0 Fortuna leading on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. Homecoming night, Mike Whalen Field.
Big possession here for the Warriors. They got to get this one in the end zone. 2nd and goal from the 4.
Warriors have yet to try a pass. Kalea goes under center, pitches it to Blackburn, whistles blow. And that was penalty against Del Norte, another 5-yarder. That was a case where Kalea just did not give everybody a chance to get set. Just snapped it too fast. That backs the ball up to the 9-yard line. And it's going to be 2nd and goal from there.
Big possession. Still 3 downs to get in the end zone. Don't need to do anything crazy here. Keep doing what you're doing. Run that ball.
Warriors in their all-blue uniforms with the gold letters and gold stripes. Fortuna in their road white. Del Norte 4-1. Fortuna 1-3. Kalea under center. Luke King. Man comes in motion. Whistles blow again. Offside against Del Norte.
Oh. Penalties. Best defense for... Oh, my goodness.
9 penalties, and we're not halfway through the first half.
OJ, given OJ coming off the field, just coming off to get the play. But OJ trying to give his crew some incentive, like, let's go, fellas. And, he's slapping 5 and making sure mistakes are okay, but we got to correct them and get going right here. Good senior leadership out there.
Kalea jogs back to the huddle. After conferring with Coach White, breaks the huddle.
4 seconds. They're going to get delay a game.
Kalea goes under center, sends a man in motion. Back to pass, looks, throws over the head of Connor Long at about the 10-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and goal back at the 14-yard line. Clock stops, 6:54 to go, first half. 7-0, Fortuna in front.
You were 2nd and 15, and you've gotten 8-9 yards of crack running the ball. 2 more plays here. I would hate to see him keep going to the air when you've ran the ball so well.
Split running backs behind Kalea. Counter play. Gonzalez has got blockers in front of him. He's inside the 5. He's in the end zone.
I see no flags.
Gio Gonzalez, 14 yards out. And the Warriors are an extra point away from tying this game up.
Great job by Gio. Finally, the counter worked. Didn't work the first 2 times, but that actually went the opposite direction to the left side of the field. Gio went actually into the end zone, 14 yards, not being touched.
Kenji Adams-Lee is 19 of 19 on extra points. There's the snap, and it's bobbled. Throws it to the end zone, and it is caught. And it is going to be a 2-point conversion. Penalty flag flies late. Connor Long with the catch. Now let's see what they call. If Long was covered up, he would have been an illegal receiver. Roland Treherne joins the conversation. And here comes the signal. Hopefully sometime soon. Come on, Roland. Personal foul against Fortuna.
And that'll go on the kickoff.
So the 2-point conversion is good.
Great job. Hey, great heads-up play by O.J. Kalea. And I just looked at the replay here. Connor Long does line up on the end, so he was eligible. So great job by the Warriors. What a great pressure from Fortuna. O.J. did the right thing, stood up with the ball, knew the kick couldn't get off at all, and great presence for Connor Long to just stand up, turn around, and he was right in the end zone, right where he needed to be.
So Del Norte amazingly takes the lead.
Great job by Del Norte. Yeah, like you said, 1-point lead. And that touchdown was brought to you by L&L Design and Construction for home and remodels and new construction. Call 707-465-6432. That's L&L Design and Construction. Crazy events.
Del Norte cashes in this time after a Fortuna fumble, a 50-yard drive, with Gio Gonzalez scoring his second rushing touchdown of the season, this time from 14 yards out. And back deep is Taylor, Nyberg, and Taylor.
Interesting defensive or return lineup here, especially with the Warriors that don't kick deep.
Second penalty, just the second penalty of the night against Fortuna. 15-yarder. It was roughing the passer on the extra point, which...
Interesting.
Yeah, there was... What went wrong for Del Norte? Here's Kenji Adams-Lee's kick. It's going to be taken inside the 5 and brought it right up the middle and's got some room. Almost knocked down. Finally loses the ball. Scramble for it. And it's going to be Fortuna's ball.
Loose ball, you never know in this game. A lot of fumbles in this game. And in two teams that are usually pretty fundamentally sound, penalties and fumbles has kind of been the theme here in the first half.
First down and 10 at the 33-yard line for Fortuna. The Warriors now leading 8-7 midway through the second quarter on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. Nyberg, I believe, right up the middle, gets maybe a yard.
Letter, I think.
Luke King with the tackle.
Nyberg been stymied all game. He's got a total of 7 yards on the night.
Every time Nyberg has carried the ball, Tanner Forkner has picked him up and driven him back about 5 yards. Second down, man in motion, pitch play. That's Nyberg, and he goes nowhere. Penalty flag flies. Making the tackle for the Warriors is Timmy Thompson. Luke King is there as well, but let's see what the penalty is. It was 2nd and 11. Holding will be called against Fortuna.
Interesting.
And let's see if Del Norte decides to turn this down and make it 3rd and long.
It could be 3rd and 12, or it can go back to 2nd and 18.
And
we're going to go back.
Del Norte will accept the penalty.
So we'll bring up 2nd and 18 for the Huskies here. Clear back to their own 22-yard line, and they got to get out to the 44.
Under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Stay tuned for the Haiichi Hamlet halftime report. Back to pass. Tough looking, sacked. Making the play for the Warriors, Kai Ba.
Kai Ba has been in for about 4 plays, and he's already picked up his second sack of the game. Kai Ba's got an instinct for that ball. and he's quick on the outside edge. Very strong upper body. The kid's going to cause havoc at end, and he'll come in and out of the game. Coach LaFazio talked about it yesterday. He says he doesn't want to waste him too much. He'll go from outside to inside now. He'll be a tackle.
The ball at the 20-yard line now. Third down. Back to pass. Thrown. Caught. And quickly knocked down. Gio Gonzalez making the play. Tackling number 88 for Fortuna. That is Reagan Nyberg, the 5'8", 145-pound junior. And the punt teams will come on. Del Norte holds and would presumably be getting the ball back.
Coach LaFazio using Kai Ball in a couple different spots. He's down playing tackle now, which, that'll be great for King and them to get breaks out there also.
Blackburn and Cox Cooley deep. With this win, the punt can be kind of tricky to field. Line drive right up the middle, bounces. Both of them thought the other one was going to get it, and instead it's going to come to rest at the 28-yard line. First and 10 for the Warriors, leading now 8-7. Warrior Athletics brought to you by members of the legendary Sportscasters Club, which includes England Marine, fishing, marine and outdoor equipment. Go Warriors! Park City Superette, the little store, and more. And Suburban Propane, their business is customer satisfaction. First, go ahead.
Big drive here for the Warriors. 4:26 left here in the second quarter on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. Del Norte leading 8-7. Great to get a score here if they can end the half with a score.
Split running backs behind Kalea. Hand up the middle. That is Lofton again, the freshman. And his yards per carry average is going to be pretty solid. He takes it out to the 42-yard line. It's going to be second down and call it 7.
There was an interesting article in Humboldt Sports this week talking about a Eureka freshman making a start this year. And Coach White down there says, first time Eureka's ever started a freshman. And Del Norte brothers doing the same thing up here. RJ taking a step up with Kobe Mitchell on the sideline, bringing up another running back. RJ doing his part.
Kalea under center, hands it off right up the middle. That's Lofton, and he gets the first down, and then he gets hammered. Welcome to the varsity football team. That was Nyberg coming up and saying howdy, but he gets it past the 40. First down for the Warriors.
Well, if you know the Lofton family, there's no fear when it comes to that family. Reagan Lofton, his sister, played varsity sports starting as a freshman. So the kid knows how to play hard. He knows Warrior football, and you could tell there was no fear as he went through the line of scrimmage there.
Price goes out wide to the right, the team's leading receiver. Handoff, Cox Cooley weaving his way, diving past the 45-yard line. And we have a penalty flag. I'm shocked that there's a penalty on the play.
Oh, it's going to be holding. It's definitely in the area of a hold.
And guess what, John? You are correct.
Offsetting. We had a penalty on Fortuna also. Holding both ways. It looked like it must have been a sumo wrestling match out there in the middle of the field, Rollins said. Holding both ways. He called them both with one flag, I believe.
So it's first down once again.
We're going to replay it again.
At the Del Norte 41. 8-7 our score. Exactly 3 minutes to go here in the first half. John Pritchett, John Horner with you. JD back at the studio. And Price goes out wide to the right. Tight formation. Gonzalez goes in motion. Pitch play. He's got it. And he's going to get dragged down for a loss as Nyberg came up from the outside and brought down the senior back to the 39. And it's going to be second down and 11.
Great open field tackle by Nyberg out there. Gonzalez just not able to get it going.
Other than the one scoring play.
Yes.
He was last week's leading rusher against Mazama, and he scored his first touchdown of the season against the Vikings. Second down and 11. Ball on the far side hash mark. Counterplay this time to Cox Cooley, and he's going to get past the 45 to the 46 before 3 Huskies bring him down. And it's going to make that third down and 5.
Good for 7 for Cox Cooley.
Inside 2 minutes to go. Warriors leading by 1. A half that Del Norte has dominated, but 2 fumbles lost and a cascade of penalties has stymied the Warriors' attack. Handoff, once again, Cox Cooley. He's going to come up short of the first down. Excuse me, that's Gonzalez at the bottom of the pile. And it's going to be 4th down and a good 4 with the ball at the Del Norte 46-yard line.
Interesting call here. Coach White going for it. 1:15 left here in the half, and they're on their side of the field at the 48. Rolling the dice. Big decision here for the Warriors.
Can Del Norte get Fortuna to jump offside, something Fortuna is famous for doing to other teams, that is. Gonzalez goes in motion. Oh, they almost got him to jump. Still waiting for the heck. And timeout will be called. And one would suspect that the punt team will now come in for Del Norte.
Almost got him to jump. Gio Gonzalez went in motion 3 times. Got set, went back in motion. Almost got him to jump.
Warrior Athletics brought to you by Curry Equipment, your one-stop shop for power equipment, Crescent City, and Brookings. Crescent City Glass. If it's glass, they work with it. Serving you since 1947, the year you were born, Mad Dog. Redwood Hotel Casino. Visit Yurok Country. Hotel, restaurant, casino, jet boat tours, and more. If you ever have family out, take them to the Klamath Jet Boats. It's so much fun. You get to see so much wildlife, so many great stories. That's a great experience. Center Coast Hospital, here to care for you. More John, Napa Auto Parts Store. Count on More John to get you back on the road fast. Griffin's Furniture, quality furniture at unbeatable prices. And Main Street Skate and Beaches Boutique, skate shop, jewelry, gifts, and apparel, all in the beautiful city of Brookings.
Well, here we go. Del Norte's going to line up in the punt formation as Faulkner comes out. Blackburn comes in. Faulkner goes in. Blackburn comes out here in the punt team.
Taylor is the lone back. Ball at the 47. There's the punt. Line drive and low, but it takes a nice Del Norte bounce inside the 10 to almost the 5. And
oh, my goodness.
We have a penalty flag, and this may be against Del Norte.
Slayton ran into Taylor, and we're going to have a personal foul.
Well, we've had plenty of those tonight. It would have been 1st and 10 for the Huskies at about the 6-yard line. Instead, it's going to be, I believe, 15 yards closer.
Great punt by Kenji Adams-Lee, though, all the way back to the 6. But the ball's going to be pulled out after the 15 yards out to the 21. 38 seconds left on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard here in the first half. Let's see if Coach Bimbo tries to get a little bit more here. Any trickery under his sleeve.
A 47-yard punt for Kenji Adams-Lee. Right side, and getting nowhere on that play was Letter, making the tackle for Del Norte was Slayton.
I think Coach Bimbo is going to be pretty satisfied to go in the locker room down by 1 here at halftime.
Del Norte is dominated, but 10 penalties and 2 turnovers has really cost the Warriors. Pitch play coming up. No, he's going to keep it himself, and he'll go down. Running the ball was Taylor, and that brings an end to the first half. One that saw Del Norte move pretty much effortlessly in its half of the field, but found kryptonite anytime they got into the Fortuna part of the field, with the exception of the 150-yard drive that led to the Del Norte touchdown, and then the weird extra point where the snap was off, but Kalea, the holder, grabbed it, chucked it into the end zone, and found Connor Long for the 2-point conversion.
You know, it was definitely not the first half I was expecting. A little bit of chaos on both sides of the ball. But I tell you what, I'm super concerned with the execution by the Warriors right now. I really felt that they did a great job against LaSalle Prep and Petaluma when it came to execution, ball security. But in the last two games, with the penalties added on to the turnovers, very sloppy play by this Warrior team, and they're going to have to clean that up.
Well, we're going to have the halftime festivities here on homecoming night at Mike Whalen Field coming up in just a little while, all part of the Hiuchi Hamlet halftime report. Our score at halftime, Del Norte 8, Fortuna 7. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
It's time for the Hiuchi Hamlet halftime report. For all your convenience store needs, stop into the Hiuchi Hamlet, broadcasting live with Warrior Pride.
The Hiuchi Hamlet, nestled in the redwoods by the Smith River, is your store of convenience. Whether you're spending the day at the river swimming, fishing, hiking, camping, or just taking a leisurely drive, Hiuchi Hamlet has everything you need, from hot snacks, cold beverages, and groceries to fishing tackle and gas. Stop in to see what kind of goodies you can find whenever you're nearby. Hiuchi Hamlet, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors.
Freeman Rock is your complete source for landscaping products, including topsoil and soil amendments. Buying your products in bulk is the most economical and ecologically friendly. And Freeman Rock also delivers. Freeman Rock is open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday by appointment. Freeman Rock has supplied our communities with quality ready-mix concrete, sand, and gravel, and now landscaping supplies since 1976. Check out our new updated interactive website, freemanrock.com, or call 469-2444.
Life can change in a heartbeat. A traffic accident, a sports injury, a heart attack or stroke. Suddenly, your world turns upside down. When you need attention quickly, turn to Sutter Coast Hospital's 24-hour emergency room. Skilled emergency doctors and nurses here offer compassionate and immediate care. Located in Crescent City, right off Highway 101, turn to Sutter Coast Hospital, serving the North Coast region for more than 30 years.
When you choose L&L Design and Construction, it's a game changer. They can do it all. New home construction, remodels large or small, garages and manufactured home site development. They're local, reliable, and love this community. When it comes to design and construction, choose the LaFazio family at L&L, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors. Start planning for spring today. Call 707-465-6432, license number 931605.
Hi, this is John Pritchett, and this is Warrior Focus. The Del Norte High girls volleyball team, perhaps the youngest squad in the Humboldt Del Norte League, is starting to show that it's growing up in a hurry. The Warriors knocked off Eureka on Tuesday, winning 3-1. On Monday, Del Norte defeated St. Bernard's in a non-conference affair in straight sets. This coming Tuesday, Del Norte will be on the road, traveling to Fortuna to battle the Huskies, followed by another road trip on Thursday, this time to Arcata. In girls soccer action this week, the Warriors were stopped by St. Bernard's 3-2, then fell to Fortuna by a 5-0 score. Del Norte's boys claimed a forfeit victory over the Crusaders, but were defeated by the Huskies 1-0. Both Del Norte teams will play host to Eureka on Saturday, with the boys taking the pitch at 1 p.m. and the girls scheduled to start at 3 o'clock. It was another strong outing for the Del Norte High girls tennis team, as the Warriors claimed all matches in a win over Eureka this week. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., Del Norte will play host to Arcata. Del Norte High's cross-country team will be back on the trails Wednesday with a league meet on tap, hosted by North Coast Prep of Arcata. Last week, in the boys' league race, the Warriors were led by junior Calio Abasolo, who placed 23rd, and Aaron Martinez, who was 24th. No Del Norte girls competed in the event. In Del Norte youth football, Del Norte defeated Eureka last Sunday 13-0 in the Single A division. That's the youngest age group, to improve its record to 2-2 this year. Del Norte has a bye this week. In the Double A division, both Del Norte teams lost. The Golds fell to Eureka 30-0, while the Blues were stopped by Redwood 49-14. One of the Del Norte teams is going to win this week, as the two squads play each other at 10 a.m. Sunday at Mike Whalen Field. And in the single A ranks, Del Norte is now 3-1 this year after being tipped by Eureka 14-12 last week. Del Norte is off this Sunday. In the world of college athletics, Humboldt State's volleyball team is now 5-5 this season after losing to undefeated Cal State San Bernardino last week. The Lumberjacks, which includes former Del Norte High standout Kayla Costello, will be at Sonoma State Saturday. Southern Oregon University's football team fell last week to Montana Tech 17-14 as the Raiders continue to look for their first win. The team, which features Del Norte's Ethan King and Brookings Harbor's Calvin Watwood, play at home in Ashland on Saturday at 1 p.m. against Carroll College of Montana. This has been Warrior Focus, and I'm John Pritchett.
It's time for the Hiuchi Hamlet Halftime Report. For all your convenience store needs, stop into the Hiuchi Hamlet, broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. And now, with all your halftime stats, here's Mad Dog and John.
Welcome back to Mike Whalen Field here on DelNorteSports.com. Please tell your friends that they can listen to the game here. We understand our transmitter has malfunctioned again, and we are working to get that fixed as soon as possible. Our score here on homecoming night at Mike Whalen Field, Del Norte 8 and Fortuna 7 in a game that featured a half that featured 4 turnovers, 2 by each team, 10 penalties by Del Norte for 91 yards. And that is just difficult to overcome. Del Norte should be winning this game by a comfortable margin. Instead, it's 1 point.
Well, if we take a look at these stats, you can definitely, if I read you the stats, you'd think we were up by 3 touchdowns. Fortuna, 14 carries, 55 yards, 35 coming out on one carry, 3 of 5 passing for 35, total of 90. And on the Warriors, 24 rushes for 207 yards. That's impressive.
Wow. No yards passing, however, as the Warriors have struggled throwing the ball the past 2 nights. Let's look at the scoring. Fortuna got on the board first, taking advantage of Del Norte's second fumble of the evening, with Kobe Letter scoring from 7 yards out. Hugh made the kick, and it was 7-0 after 1. Then, with 6:49 to go, the Warriors scored, taking advantage of a Fortuna fumble at the 50-yard line, recovered by Luke King. Warriors marched it the length of the field, and on third and goal from the 14, it was Gio Gonzalez with his second TD of the season. Then on the extra point, as the Warriors attempted to tie, the snap was a little high. Holder O.J. Kalea realized that there was no way he could get the ball down in time for Kenji Adams-Lee to kick it, stood up, tossed it into the end zone, where Connor Long won up and got the ball, came down with it in the end zone, and just like that, the Warriors led 8-7. And that is our score at halftime.
Not much of a scoring sheet there, John. But individual efforts, Cox Cooley, catch this, John. 11 carries, 138 yards in the first half. Unbelievable performance by Cox Cooley in the first half.
Give credit not only to the big guys up front, doing a great job opening the holes, but also relief fullback Chase Blackburn stepping into that role with Kobe Mitchell's injury. He's been out front giving that initial block that's springing Cox Cooley for those additional yards.
Absolutely, and a great job on the defensive side. Eyes were out on Kai Baugh to see how he would come back here in his first game back. Had a couple big sacks and limped off the fields a couple times. I don't think Coach LaFazio is going to use him much tonight, but it was great to see him back out on the field and doing his part.
Let's take a look at Big Four conference action. Last week, St. Bernard's remained undefeated by knocking off upstart Ferndale 47-27. That's the same Ferndale team that beat the Huskies by 6. Eureka has now won 2 in a row after beating Shasta 35-21. The Loggers are 2-3 so far this season. And Mad Dog, you knew that the Loggers were going to get better as the season progressed after losing so much last season from their undefeated regular season championship.
Well, John, to be honest, if it's anyone's league this year. I believe Eureka and St. Bernard's are both playing at a high level right now. I anticipate a great final 3 weeks of the season where it'll be a shootout for the Big Four title. I think Coach White and Coach Tomlin are doing a great job down in Eureka. Obviously, personally not a fan, but when it comes to high school football, I do respect the programs they run down there, and both those teams are going to be tough to beat down the stretch.
Tonight, along with this non-conference game between Fortuna and Del Norte, Eureka is driving down to Ukiah, while St. Bernard's has the night off. Go ahead.
Eureka should improve to 500 after tonight's game against Ukiah, and the unbeaten St. Bernard's team gets a rest before a brutal final 5 weeks where they will face a highly ranked Templeton team from the Central section, and they will have their hands full when the previously mentioned Big Four schedule starts.
Brookings Harbor is now 3-0 this season under second-year coach Sean Bavaro, who certainly seems to have the Bruins pointed in the right direction. Last week, they dropped Rogue River 42-18. Right now, Harbor is taking on the winless Honkers of Lakeview.
The Honkers of Lakeview?
There are two teams in Oregon with the nickname of Honkers. Can you name the other one?
Not in Oregon. I got a California one.
Okay, Arlington on the Columbia River.
And the Yuba City. Yuba City High School are the Honkers also.
Are they the Honkers as well?
Yes, they are. Little did you know that, huh, John?
I did not know that. It is homecoming night here at Del Norte High, and they are bringing out the court right now and their parents. Let's introduce them. The junior princess this year is Kylie Lopez. The sophomore princess is Kalea King. Is it Kayla? Kayla.
Let's go, Kayla.
C-A-L-E-H. Kayla. Kayla King.
I know Nikki's going to correct you at some point, I'm sure.
Freshman princess is Kaylee Jackson. And, of course, there are three senior princesses, Evelyn Jacob, Elsie Swirdisky, and Raina Borges.
Luckily, they're not on the football team.
Swirdisky.
Boy, those girls got to be cold out there in those dresses. It's freezing out there.
It is a chilly night here at Mike Whalen Field. In just a few moments, they are going to introduce the Queen this year. It's 55 degrees outside. However, the wind continues to blow right out of the north at 15 to 25 miles per hour. As more seniors are introduced. Next week, we will be in Weaverville as Del Norte takes on Trinity Valley. The Wolves are winless this year. They were winless last year. And so Del Norte will be having an interesting situation in that they should be able to handle Trinity Valley with ease. But you don't want to let up, but you are going into a bye week after that.
It'll be interesting because I think this is actually positioned themselves very well for the push towards the league conference last 3 games of the season, as you got a couple banged up players. Kobe Mitchell will have that situation where not only is he out this game, he'll have 2 more weeks to break until we have to face St. Bernard's. And you got Kai Baugh. Maybe you won't see a lot of him in the second half. He got a couple plays in here. He'll have 2 more weeks to rest. And you'll have that other front line. You got Timmy Thompson that's a little banged up. Ethan King, Faulkner, Slayton, all these guys will need a break. The question is can they take care of business in Trinity while giving those guys some sort of a break, either on offense or defense, and get a break in that aspect?
And your 2019 Del Norte High homecoming queen is Elsie Swirdisky.
I like it. You got it, John.
Congratulations to Elsie. We're going to be back. We're going to talk about Del Norte's junior varsity game, and we are also going to be talking about the preview for the second half of this contest. Del Norte leading 8-7 over Fortuna here at halftime. We'll be back in just a few moments. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
It's time for the Hiuchi Hamlet Halftime Report. For all your convenience store needs, stop into the Hiuchi Hamlet. Broadcasting live with Warrior Pride.
The Hayuchi Hamlet, nestled in the redwoods by the Smith River, is your store of convenience. Whether you're spending the day at the river swimming, fishing, hiking, camping, or just taking a leisurely drive, Hayuchi Hamlet has everything you need, from hot snacks, cold beverages, and groceries to fishing tackle and gas. Stop in to see what kind of goodies you can find whenever you're nearby. Hayuchi Hamlet, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors.
Freeman Rock is your complete source for landscaping products, including topsoil and soil amendments. Buying your products in bulk is the most economical and ecologically friendly. And Freeman Rock also delivers. Freeman Rock is open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday by appointment. Freeman Rock has supplied our communities with quality ready-mix concrete, sand, and gravel, and now landscaping supplies since 1976. Check out our new updated interactive website, freemanrock.com, or call 469-2444.
Life can change in a heartbeat. A traffic accident, a sports injury, a heart attack or stroke. Suddenly, your world turns upside down. When you need attention quickly, turn to Sutter Coast Hospital's 24-hour emergency room. Skilled emergency doctors and nurses here offer compassionate and immediate care. Located in Crescent City, right off Highway 101, turn to Sutter Coast Hospital, serving the North Coast region for more than 30 years.
When you choose L&L Design and Construction, it's a game changer. They can do it all. New home construction, remodels large or small, garages and manufactured home site development. They're local, reliable, and love this community. When it comes to design and construction, choose the LaFazio family at L&L, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors. Start planning for spring today. Call 707-465-6432, license number 931605.
Hi, this is John Pritchett, and this is Warrior Focus. The Del Norte High girls volleyball team, perhaps the youngest squad in the Humboldt Del Norte League, is starting to show that it's growing up in a hurry. The Warriors knocked off Eureka on Tuesday, winning 3-1. On Monday, Del Norte defeated St. Bernard's in a non-conference affair in straight sets. This coming Tuesday, Del Norte will be on the road, traveling to Fortuna to battle the Huskies, followed by another road trip on Thursday, this time to Arcata. In girls soccer action this week, the Warriors were stopped by St. Bernard's 3-2, then fell to Fortuna by a 5-0 score. Del Norte's boys claimed a forfeit victory over the Crusaders, but were defeated by the Huskies 1-0. Both Del Norte teams will play host to Eureka on Saturday, with the boys taking the pitch at 1 p.m. and the girls scheduled to start at 3 o'clock. It was another strong outing for the Del Norte High girls tennis team, as the Warriors claimed all matches in a win over Eureka this week. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., Del Norte will play host to Arcata. Del Norte High's cross-country team will be back on the trails Wednesday with a league meet on tap, hosted by North Coast Prep of Arcata. Last week, in the boys' league race, the Warriors were led by junior Calio Abasolo, who placed 23rd, and Aaron Martinez, who was 24th. No Del Norte girls competed in the event. In Del Norte youth football, Del Norte defeated Eureka last Sunday 13-0 in the Single A division. That's the youngest age group, to improve its record to 2-2 this year. Del Norte has a bye this week. In the Double A division, both Del Norte teams lost. The Golds fell to Eureka 30-0, while the Blues were stopped by Redwood 49-14. One of the Del Norte teams is going to win this week, as the two squads play each other at 10 a.m. Sunday at Mike Whalen Field. And in the Single A ranks, Del Norte is now 3-1 this year after being tipped by Eureka 14-12 last week. Del Norte is off this Sunday. In the world of college athletics, Humboldt State's volleyball team is now 5-5 this season after losing to undefeated Cal State San Bernardino last week. The Lumberjacks, which includes former Del Norte High standout Kayla Costello, will be at Sonoma State Saturday. Southern Oregon University's football team fell last week to Montana Tech 17-14 as the Raiders continue to look for their first win. The team, which features Del Norte's Ethan King and Brookings Harbor's Calvin Watwood, play at home in Ashland on Saturday at 1 p.m. against Carroll College of Montana. This has been Warrior Focus, and I'm John Pritchett.
It's time for the Hiuchi Hamlet Halftime Report. For all your convenience store needs, stop into the Hiuchi Hamlet, broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. And now, with all your halftime stats, here's Mad Dog and John.
Welcome back to the Hiuchi Hamlet Halftime Report. John Pritchett, John Horner with you. JD back at the studio. 8-7 our score. Del Norte leading Fortuna on homecoming night at Mike Whalen Field. And earlier this evening in junior varsity action, the Warriors improved to 4-1 with a 51-8 pasting of Fortuna. And let's recap the highlights on that. Del Norte got on the board early with Isaiah Parsley scoring on a 50-yard run. Then in the second quarter, it was Hunter Giddings, his 38-yard scamper, and also the two-point conversion from Dodson, and it was 14-0. Giddens added another TD late in the second quarter, this time from 8 yards out, and it's 22-0 at halftime. In the third quarter, Giancarlo Di Solini had a 25-yard touchdown run. Giddings then did the job on the defensive side of the ball with a 25-yard fumble return, and it was 36-0. Fortuna finally got on board with a 1-yard touchdown run by their quarterback, only to have Di Solini score, this time from 35 yards out. And then with 44 seconds left, Del Norte threw the ball. This time it was Maxwell to Caleb Dobson, 19-yard touchdown pass, and that was the final, 51-8. JVs improved to 4-1 on the season. And interestingly, playing without the person they brought up from, Del Norte brought up from the JVs, R.J. Lofton. And it did not seem to have an impact as Giddens and Di Solini stepped right into the mix.
Well, it's amazing what happens when you run the ball well and not have any penalties.
That's true.
You're able to put points on the board on those long runs.
So let's talk about the varsity. Del Norte in the first half, 10 penalties for 91 yards, 2 turnovers, 2 fumbles lost. It was, in that aspect of it, an ugly performance. The bright side was Del Norte ran the ball incredibly well against what is usually a stout Fortuna defense.
Well, I think Del Norte knew that they were going to be able to run the ball, and that they did. 24 rushes for 207 yards. And Cox Cooley, 11 rushes for 138 yards. Great job. R.J. Lofton, 3 rushes for 20, and Blackburn had 5 for 40. So great job by the Warrior running backs.
Passing the ball, just a 0 for 1.
0 for 1 passing. And Fortuna, surprisingly, Huff in the air was 3 for 3. He actually threw for 35 or 35 yards. Taylor was 0 for 2 with 1 interception.
Del Norte will have the ball to start the second half after they deferred winning the opening kickoff. What are the keys in the second half for Del Norte leading by 1, 8-7?
I think Del Norte's got to keep doing what they're doing. Don't panic. Run the ball. Play the time of possession game. You don't have to win this game by 25, 30 points, but just don't give Fortuna those opportunities. Play the field possession game and make sure you take care of the ball. Del Norte's got a great chance. They just got to keep doing what they do well.
And on defense?
Defensively, just you got to force Fortuna to throw the ball a little bit. Del Norte's got some pressure on the Fortuna backfield. I think if you keep putting Fortuna in a passing situation, you got a great chance tonight.
Warriors, well, first off, this has been the Hiuchi Hamlet Halftime Report. The Hiuchi Hamlet, which has hot drinks and cold snacks. It has cold drinks and hot snacks. It has everything you want, everything you need. In fact, if they don't have it, you don't need it. The Hiuchi Hamlet, located on U.S. Highway 199 in
Hiuchi.
Because where else are they going to put the Hiuchi Hamlet? Warriors are going to get the ball. Fortuna kicking left to right, west to east. Back is Cox Cooley and R.J. Lofton.
I have a sneaky suspicion we'll see a lot of Lofton next week.
Yes.
Trinity. It might be a reason why they brought him up this week to get him kind of a little familiar.
Branson Gans is the kicker for Fortuna. And second half is underway. It's going to be Cox Cooley at the 12. From the left side hash mark, avoids the first round of tacklers, but gets brought down at the 33-yard line, where Warriors will take over 1st and 10, leading by a point as we start the third quarter on the Cedar Coast Hospital scoreboard.
The guy's still trying to slowly get up here. Great to see both teams helping each other up. A lot of camaraderie. When it comes to these two teams, I talked to Freeman on the Blue and Gold show this morning, and he says, we really don't like Eureka St. Bernard's, but when it comes to Fortuna, they do have an understanding of team pride in that
Great
aspect.
respect. Both teams, you talk to the coaches, and they generally respect each other. Handoff right side. Cox Cooley gone. He is history. He is a vapor disappearing into the night and into the end zone. No penalty flags. None whatsoever. 34.
Great job by Cox Cooley right there. That was going to be, oh my goodness, 67 yards for the touchdown. Great job by Cox Cooley.
The first play from scrimmage of the third quarter, and Cox Cooley extends Del Norte's lead.
Whew, that's what the doctor ordered right there. 67 yards? That's
Yes.
what it was. And he did break 200 yards with that run.
Wow. Here comes Adams Lee with the kick. It's up, and he is now 20 of 20 on extra points this season. With 11:43 to go here in the third quarter, Del Norte extends its lead. It's now Warriors 15 and Fortuna 7.
L&L Design and Construction for home and remodel and new construction. Call 707-465-6432. That touchdown's brought to you by L&L Design and Construction.
And that is your Sequake play of the game. Levi Cox Cooley from 67 yards out to start the second half. Del Norte extends the lead to 15-7.
Boy, is that what Del Norte needed right there or what? Fired up this homecoming crowd, coming off the fireworks, coming off the Flamin' W. 67-yard play from the line of scrimmage.
Not his longest run of the season. He had a 75-yard touchdown scamper earlier this year, and the junior, the team's leading rusher.
You know what, as I was looking back for the penalties, you know what I love to see was Timmy Thompson at the line of scrimmage with the air guitar, just winding it up. He was stoked. He was pumped up. He knew he was gone to the house.
Deep for the Huskies, and going to be fielding it will be Taylor. And he's got a little room trying to come around the left side, gets slowed up, and finally 3 Warriors make the tackle, including Blackburn. Also in there on the play was Alexander Dodson. And now the Huskies take over 1st and 10 from the 30. Del Norte now leading 15-7 on the Cedar Coast Hospital scoreboard.
Kaiba out there to start the second half if defensive end. So you got King, you got Thompson, and it looks like you got Thompson playing the outside and Baugh playing the outside. So both at defensive end here.
Huskies come to the line of scrimmage. Handoff up the middle, nothing happening. Thompson on the tackle. So is Showerman. Running the ball was Letter, and we got some extracurricular activity going on.
Neither one of these teams want to give an inch here. Letter, for the 4th time in a row, has a 1-yard gain.
Gets it just past the 30-yard line. 2nd and 9 coming up. 2 receivers come to the right. 1 goes out to the left. Taylor at quarterback.
Taylor pushing his receivers out to where he wants them.
Keeps the ball, and he gets tripped up. Nice defensive play by Slayton.
Slayton did a great job filling the hole. His responsibility was the quarterback and did a great job filling it up. Only no gain on the play.
3rd down and 9 on the horizon for the Huskies. Warriors start the third quarter with an electrifying touchdown run by Levi Cox Cooley on the first play from scrimmage of the second half. 15-7 our score. Third down and long. Ball on the Fortuna 31-yard line. Taylor at quarterback. Back, looking. The right-hander throws, and it's over the head. But a penalty flag comes sailing in. And Gio Gonzalez holding his helmet in his hands.
The ball was...
They tracked down the ball way downfield as it was nowhere close to being catchable. Now let's see what they say. Pass interference against Del Norte.
Oh,
Much to the chagrin of the Warrior fans, along with Coach White, who puts his hands up in frustration.
That was rough.
So from third and long, it goes to 1st and 10 with the ball at the Fortuna 46. Warriors leading 15-7. Two receivers come out wide to the right, split running backs. Taylor keeps it and will pick up maybe one. Thompson with the tackle.
He's got that air guitar rocking. The kid's on fire tonight.
He's ready to join the band.
No gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Ball still at the 46.
That might be his patented move for the rest of the season right now.
Next week we will be on the road at Trinity Valley. We understand that KPOD is back up in operation. It's good to hear. We've had some transmitter problems. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Taylor still at quarterback for the Huskies. Hands the ball off, first man through, and a couple yards. Faulkner with the tackle.
Baugh jumping out too. He's eating his way. That Warrior front line is on fire right now.
And it's going to be 3rd down, and let's call it 8. Ball at the Huskies' 47-yard line. They have to get it inside Del Norte territory to almost the 46. 3rd down.
Another big 3rd down.
Two receivers to the left. Now one comes in motion across the field to the near side. Warriors jump outside, and Timmy Thompson is so mad at himself right now. He is just fit to be tied, as he was the person responsible for jumping offside. That makes it 3rd down now and 3. Ball. Go ahead.
Shortest 5 yards he's ever marked off. Because it wasn't a 3rd and 7?
It was 3rd and 7, and now it's 3rd and
4, 3rd and 3 now.
Yeah.
We'll take it, though.
Two receivers to the right. Huskies rush to the line. Handoff. No, he did not make it. Faulkner with help from Luke King. It's going to be 4th down and 2. Ball at the Del Norte 46.
You know, the way the Warriors came out here in the second half, this has got to go for it here for Coach Bimbo. It's across midfield. Could be definitely a situation for a hard count with the front four working hard. I see all four talking right now, you know, knowing what Fortuna could do with the hard count here. But it's definitely a go-for-it situation for Coach Bimbo.
So Taylor, the quarterback, ran over, talked to the coaches for a bit, and then jogged back. And so he's going to have to be careful that they don't run out of time, and they're going to get real close. Just seconds left, and we got timeout being called by Fortuna. They had to do that as they were very slow getting the play in. That gives us a chance to say hello to some more Sportscaster Club members, including McFerrin's Tax and Bookkeeping Services for tax, bookkeeping, and payroll services. Lucky 7 Casino, they're number one for fun. Echo Nutrients, local organic fertilizers for the backyard gardener in you. Crescent Cabinets. Do you need new cabinets? We'll call Crescent Cabinets. It's right there in the name. McDonald's, after this game, stop on by the game because I'm loving it. I know he's loving it, and you're probably loving it too. Humboldt Moving and Storage. Make a professional move with Humboldt Moving and Storage. Warrior Athletics also brought to you by Center Coast Hospital, Lisa McCown at State Farm Insurance, Hiochi Hamlet, L&L Design and Construction, Coast Central Credit Union, Freeman Rock, and Sequake.
Big We got a Little 4 update down in Hoopaw.
I've been waiting for this one.
Hoopaw Valley's leading McKinleyville 27-7.
4th and a long one coming up. It's Taylor at quarterback. Pitches it, coming this side. Can he get away? No, he cannot. It's Slayton. It's King.
Kai Baugh.
And Kai Baugh at the bottom of the pile. Back on the other side of the 50, a loss of 5 on the play. Del Norte takes over 1st and 10 in Fortuna territory at the 49.
That was Nyberg on the catch with the pitch. Let me tell you what, Nyberg leading the way for Fortuna's rushing, but not tonight. The kid has 7 yards of rushing on 7 carries. Del Norte just has stymied him.
Warriors leading 15-7, halfway through the third quarter on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard. Del Norte rushes to the line of scrimmage. Kalea goes under center. Cox Cooley goes in motion. Handoff to Blackburn right up the middle, and he'll pick up 1 or 2 before he's driven back. It's going to be 2nd down.
I can tell you what Fortuna's done a great job at tonight is they're stacking the right at the line of scrimmage up the middle. They're not allowing that fullback to get through that line of scrimmage. And what they're doing is they're just cut blocking up front, making a pile, so Del Norte's got to bounce it outside. That is why Cox Cooley's been so productive off tackle.
Caleb Price goes out wide to the right. Cox Cooley goes in motion. He gets the ball right side, trying to turn the corner. He does, but he's tackled, but there is penalty flags all over the place.
Hold's going to be right inside on Thompson right here. And there might be another hold on the outside, not sure.
Holding against Del Norte. And it looks like that is the only penalty.
Just 2 of them caught it.
So 10 more yards, 13th penalty of the night for the 6th consecutive game. The Warriors have 100 yards plus in penalty yardage marched against them.
They have more yards and penalties than Fortuna has on offense.
2nd down and a bunch. Ball back in Del Norte territory at the 41. And the Warriors have to get to the Fortuna 39. 2nd down. Price and Gonzalez comes out wide to the left. Split running backs. And we got timeout called by Del Norte. And that's a pretty good timeout, I think, as the Warriors trying to put another touchdown on the board. And against Del Norte's defense, it's hard to imagine Fortuna mounting much more of a comeback than maybe one more score at best.
No, you know, this is a big possession for the Warriors. If they can really put a touchdown, put a ball in the end zone here on this drive, it really sparks that defense. And you know what? If we get a little bit farther into this, Del Norte's got to make sure they take care of their players out there. We got limping players. It's been a rough game last week. This first half's been highly contested. The Warriors need to make sure they play mistake-free football here and just do their job. Get the ball in the end zone and just keep leaning on this Husky team.
Warriors 4-1 coming into this game, but lost last week to a very good Mazama team that, after the win over Del Norte, jumped from number 5 in the state in the 4A category in Oregon to number 2. Warriors slipped from 2nd in the Max Prep Division 5 North Coast section standings to number 3. 2nd down and a bunch. Calais goes under center. Gonzalez goes in motion. Fake the pitch. Looking to pass. It's caught. Screen play to Cox Cooley. He's past midfield. Accelerating down the left side. Getting a block in front of him. All the way down to about the 10-yard line. No penalty flags.
You got to love it. Great job by Cox Cooley. Great play call. Fake the pitch one way to Gio Gonzalez, and we'd have the screen pass back the other way.
It was Anthony Slayton leading the way in front of him. They mark him out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Warriors, leading 15-7 halfway through the third quarter and in the red zone.
47-yard pass play from OJ to Cox Cooley.
Cox Cooley goes in motion now, turns upfield with the ball, and he's going to get to the 5-yard line. He'll be just shy of the first down. It's going to be 2nd and 1. And they mark the ball exactly on the 5.
If you had Cox Cooley on your fantasy football team this week, you're having a great night. He's got over 200 all-purpose yards tonight, and we still got a quarter and a half to go.
The junior looking to break the 1,000-yard barrier this season. Warriors had 2 running backs last year do that. Handoff, left side, going into the end zone and handing the ball to the official is Levi Cox-Cooley. Warriors extend the lead.
From 6 yards out, Cox-Cooley. It's a Cooley night tonight, Mr. Pritchett. 5:28 left here in the third quarter, and the Warriors have extended their lead to 21-7 on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard.
Now trying to make it 21-21 this season is Kenji Adams Lee. There's the kick, and it is good. Del Norte scores on its first 2 drives of the second half and turn an 8-7 halftime lead to a 22-7 margin with 5:28 to go here in the third quarter.
And that touchdown's brought to you by L&L Design and Construction. For home and remodel and new construction, call 707-465-6432. That's L&L Design and Construction.
Warrior Athletics brought to you by Crescent City Les Schwab Tire Center, where doing the right thing matters. Del Norte Ambulance, now and always dedicated to serving. And Fort Dick Market and Deli, your neighborhood store on Lake Earl Drive. You know, I always mention the chili because I work across the street from Fort Dick Market. They always have great soup as well.
Great soup also?
Yes, I can recommend it highly.
And I can tell you what, their chicken and their biscuits there are fantastic, and I love all the fried burritos. You know, I can't. I don't want to say this very often because my wife lives.
You don't let her know. No, don't let her know.
The fried burritos are fantastic. They really are, John. You gotta try one day.
Oh, I have.
I bet you I could dip one in a bowl of your chili.
Oh, that would be good. I like that idea.
We need to try that.
Letter, Taylor, and Huff are deep for the Huskies, and Del Norte's not going to kick it to him. Instead, it's taken by Upman at the 30 and moving the pile for the Huskies.
That was impressive.
That was Breck Bishop, 5'11", 160 pounds, sophomore. He looks bigger than that, but he is happy that he got to touch the ball. Fortuna takes over at their own 46-yard line. Del Norte now leading 22-7, 5:21 to go here in the third quarter. One receiver goes out wide to the right, one to the left. Back to pass is Taylor looking deep. He's got a man just over his outstretched hands. Freeman with the coverage as they tried to hit.
That was super close.
As they tried to hit.
Is that Gans? Yeah.
Yes, number 18.
That's Branson Gans. One of the basketball players for the Fortuna Huskies.
And, of course, we'll be covering the Warriors basketball team. 2 receivers to the right, split running backs behind. Warriors showing blitz. And, Nyberg managed to escape the first 2 would-be tacklers, but Timmy Thompson comes up and finishes this job. It's going to be a loss of a little bit.
He's really trying. Nyberg's trying to get something going. The kid's their leading rusher, and he has not seen across the line of scrimmage. He's one time for 10 yards. The rest has been all 0 and no gains.
He came in averaging almost 6 yards a carry. They're going to say that's a no gain. Should have been a loss of 3, and just through sheer effort managed to shake off a pair of tackles.
8 carries for 3 yards.
That's going to drop that average. 2 receivers come out wide to the right, 1 to the left. Split running backs again. Whistles blow. And we got a delay of game penalty. Just the 4th penalty of the night against Fortuna. The Warriors with 13.
You know, the key to this game so far tonight is the absolute, utter dominance on the Warrior defensive side against a Fortuna team that off the get-go had a little spark of life, but oh my goodness, the Warriors defense has definitely smothered it from there.
Kai Baugh, Timmy Thompson.
3-man front
and
here.
Showerman in. A different look by the Warrior defense. Back to pass is Taylor going to his left. Now looking, he's going to throw it way downfield, and there's nobody home.
And we got a flag from the sideline.
And let's see what the penalty is. Ineligible man downfield against the Huskies.
I was holding my breath, John, to be honest with you. But, oh, my goodness, what a hit that Connor Long laid on Taylor right there as he released the ball. He'll be feeling that one tomorrow.
4th and 15 coming up. Punt teams come onto the field. And let's see who Del Norte sends deep this time. It's going to be Cox Cooley and Blackburn. There's the kick. Blackburn going back on it, makes the catch at the 25 and is taken down a couple of yards upfield from there. Nice play on the defensive side of the ball. Warriors leading now 22-7 with 4:14 to go, third quarter on the Center Coast Hospital scoreboard with the ball, and they'll start this drive at their own 28-yard line.
And also, what a great job by Blackburn to come up with that. He lets that one go. It's probably going down to the 10 the way it was kicked. Great job for him to make that play and just pick up a couple yards.
Wind still blowing, not as bad as it was at the start of the game. Probably, 10 to 15 miles an hour now instead of 15 to 25. Still out of the north, and that makes every punt an adventure as well. Warriors break the huddle. Twin running backs behind Kalea. Handoff right up the middle. And modest gain for Del Norte.
Lofton.
That was R.J. Lofton, the freshman. And gets it to the 30. Gain of 2. 2nd and 8 coming up next. Next week we are in Weaverville, and then Del Norte gets a bye.
And a much-needed bye with only 20 players on a roster.
And then the 3-game conference stretch, St. Bernard's, Fortuna, and Eureka. Handoff, and one of the few times, the ball is stripped,
they got him down.
But they're going to say he was down. That was Cox Cooley. And one of the few times tonight we've not seen Cox Cooley get at least 5 or 6, 7 yards or more upfield. Instead, it's going to be no gain.
First goose egg on the stat sheet for Cox Cooley.
3rd and 9 coming up. Ball on the 29. Warriors in front. Huskies got on the board first. The Warriors really have dominated. It's only their own mistakes that slowed them down. Back to pass. Galea throws it. It's intercepted. That is Huff, and he will return it to about the 10-yard line. And Jay just didn't get the ball high enough.
No, and Huff read that like a book. He saw the screen coming, but OJ still tried to throw it up over his head, and Huff went up and made a great play on the ball.
Second interception thrown this year by Kalea, and that's the one thing Del Norte could not afford to do. We have timeout on the field.
I'm not sure who the timeout was by.
It's an injury timeout as Showerman is tapping his right shoulder as he comes off the field. So it's 1st and 10 for the Huskies, first and goal, just inside the 10.
Noah Yang in the ball game to take Showerman's place here. Noah Yang, second game back.
He had a shoulder injury as well. It'll be Taylor at quarterback. Split running backs behind him. Warriors showing blitz. Handoff. Nyberg is going to get to about the 7 or so. Running on the left side of the field.
He'll get 3 yards on the play.
And the Huskies going no huddle. Nyberg and Letter behind Taylor. Now Taylor turns, looks at this bench, And now turns back to the center. Handoff once again, and it's going to be a loss on the play. The right side of the line absolutely stopped it as Kai Ba then came through when the running back tried to come around the right side, and Ba just wrapped up and brought him down. Back to the 10. In fact, just outside the 10. 3rd down and goal. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Del Norte up 22-7. But the Huskies in the red zone trying to take advantage of the 3rd turnover of the night by the Warriors.
See if Del Norte can stiffen up here. It's going to be a timeout for Fortuna. Coach Bimbo actually coming off the field, not happy with what he had lined up out there.
More members of the Warriors Sportscasters Club, and you can become a member of the Warriors Sportscasters Club and take advantage of the best value in radio. You can just give us a call on Monday morning at KPOD or KCRE and say, I want to be a member of the Sportscasters Club, just like great businesses such as the Clubhouse Play Center and Daycare. For drop-in play and daycare, you can stop in at 745 Railroad Avenue in Brookings. Speaking of Brookings, the Brookings Harbor Veterinarian Hospital caring for our four-legged friends. And Del Norte Office Supply customer service. You should expect that. Debbie and her crew, as always, just terrific. If you need it, they'll figure out a way to make it happen at Del Norte Office Supply.
Interesting technology on the high school football fields this year. Big difference. You see a lot of the teams using video to be able to look at. Coach White, Chris White down there with his iPad looking back at each play. And I saw Fortuna has the same capabilities this year. You know, everybody's getting all high-tech out here.
Well, last week at Mazama, they actually brought out about a 55-inch big screen and put it in a tent. Here we go. Back to pass. Fortuna. Taylor throws it over the middle. Touchdown. A tremendous catch. Making the grab for the Huskies was Reagan Nyberg. And just like that, Fortuna is back in this game.
Absolutely. Big turnover, and the Huskies capitalize deep in their own. Warriors turn it over deep in their own end, and touchdown Fortuna.
10-yard pass, Taylor to Nyberg.
No, to Huff. I mean to number 88. The other
Reagan Nyberg.
Reagan.
And now the Huskies will go for 2. 22-13 our score. Taylor is at quarterback. He's going to pass. Straight drop, throws it high, tipped away. No penalty flags.
Huge play by Del Norte right there. That keeps it a 2-possession game as Fortuna rolls the dice and goes for 2 now instead of later. And Del Norte still leads by 9. Freeman, great job defensively going up and knocking that play away. And now it's a 2-possession game still. 22-13 your score. Del Norte leads. 1:30 left here on the Sutter Coast Hospital scoreboard in the third quarter.
So Del Norte's had 3 turnovers tonight after having 0 turnovers the first 4 games. They had 2 last week in a loss to Mazama. 3 tonight, and the Huskies have turned that into 13 points.
Del Norte's got to find a way to cut those back. We can't give up another turnover here. We got to march the ball down the field and score a touchdown. We've only got that 1 big play, 2 big plays by Cooley here in the second half. Other than that, we've been pretty stymied at the line of scrimmage.
Coming up this week for the Del Norte volleyball team, 2 road trips. On Tuesday, Del Norte will be at Fortuna, and then on Thursday, the volleyball team, which is on a roll, they've won 2 in a row, will be in Arcata. Back deep for the Warriors back here at Mike Whalen Field is Lofton and Cox Cooley. Gans to kick. And he gives it a blast that is touched by Cox Cooley. He has to go all the way back to the 5-yard line. Finds a little room, cuts it up, and will get out to about the 28-yard line. What looked like could be disaster turns out to be okay for the Warriors, and they'll take over 1st and 10.
Big drive here for the Warriors. Got to get something going. 1:22 left here in the third quarter as O.J. Kalea comes back out. Nothing tricky, nothing fancy. Just run the ball, John. Just run it. Well, Fortuna's done a great job at making that pile right in the middle of the line of scrimmage. Kind of fully taken away that fullback quick hitter that Del North's been so successful doing.
Price goes out wide to the right. Handoff. Cox Cooley, but before he can get going,
another penalty.
Del North has another false start penalty, number 14 of the night.
I mean, it's hard to stick to your game plan of running the ball when every possession you're stuck with a second and third and long.
You're behind the chains right off the bat. And the Warriors have been able to overcome that against teams like Wairika and Petaluma that really were not in Del Norte's category. It hurt the Warriors a lot in the loss to Wairika, and it's kept Mazama, and it's kept Fortuna in this game. And we have more flags, or more whistles at least, offside against Del Norte. And this is getting embarrassing.
Unbelievable.
15 penalties.
And we're not even into the fourth quarter yet, and now we're 1st and 20. Coach Fazio's down here by himself. He says, offense, we need a little help out of you.
And the vast majority of these penalties have been on the offensive side of the football.
Yeah, and and they're mistakes, they're unacceptable.
Handoff, Cox Cooley, and he'll get dragged down from behind. He might pick up one, and it's going to be 2nd down and 19.
Right on the 20-yard ball, nose of the ball almost on the 20.
So we're going to have to give him 2 yards because they have to get to the 38 for the 1st down. Clock running, less than a minute to go. Warriors leading 22-13 over Fortuna on homecoming night here at Mike Whalen Field. Price, Gonzalez go out wide to the right, split running backs. Back to pass is Kalea. The senior looks, winds it up, throws deep, and it is caught. What a play. And it's Gio Gonzalez, 1st down, Del Norte at their own 47-yard line.
27-yard back shoulder toss from OJ to Gio Gonzalez. Just as you draw it up, when you're sprinting down the field like that and the defender's on the inside, OJ threw it to the back shoulder. Gio made a great adjustment as he ran down the field, opened up, caught the ball 27 yards.
Warriors come to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. Handoff. Coming around the left side is Cox Cooley, and he gets to the 50-yard line. Gain of 3, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. More mistakes, but 2 touchdowns for Del Norte. One by Cox Cooley of 67 yards and another by him of 6 yards. And the Warriors lead as we go into the fourth quarter, 22-13. We'll be back with the final 12 minutes after this. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
It's time now for the Warrior of the Week. And it's brought to you by Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. And now, the Warrior of the Week.
Your Lisa McCowan State Farm Insurance Athlete of the Week is Scott Peters of the Del Norte High boys soccer team. After missing last season with a knee injury, Peters, the Warriors' senior goalkeeper, has anchored a defense that has allowed just 3 goals through the team's first 2 matches. Lisa McCowan and her team at State Farm Insurance wish Scott and his team the best of luck this season. Scott Peters, your Lisa McCowan State Farm Insurance Athlete of the Week.
And this has been your Warrior of the Week. And it's brought to you by Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. And that is your Warrior of the Week.
12 minutes of regulation football remain as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Del Norte leading 22-13 on homecoming night at Mike Whalen Field. Warriors taking on Fortuna in the non-conference version of this game. And we'll start things off second down. The ball exactly in the middle of the field at the 50-yard line. Second down, and let's call it 8. Senior quarterback O.J. Kalea has the ball, hands it off, and plowing forward, getting close to the 45 is Cox Cooley.
Holding.
But we have a penalty on the play, as shocking as that may seem. And they
holding against the Warriors.
Penalty happening exactly at the 50 at the line of scrimmage. They'll back him up 10 yards. 16th penalty of the night. They put it at the 40. So now it's going to be second down. 17 yards to go.
Penalty goes against Slayton.
Clock running. Warriors leading 22-13. And for the first time tonight, we see O.J. Kalea in the shotgun. He's going to go back to pass, screen pass, and it's incomplete. And
nobody was over there. Cox Cooley went the wrong side.
Yeah.
O.J.'s point.
There was all the blockers were over on the left side, but Cox Cooley was by himself on the right side going, oh, wait, I'm going to really hear about this come film session.
Third down, Del Norte failing to execute. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Third quarter, Del Norte had 160 yards, and Fortuna had 9 yards. And we are only up by 9 points, John.
Third down and long.
Dominating on the scoreboard, on the scorebook, and nothing.
And just by 9 on the scoreboard. Ball back at the Del Norte 40. Kalea back to pass, and he avoids the sack, then throws it way downfield. Wide open is Connor Long, and he's still on his feet, breaking tackles, still moving, still going inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Connor Long with the catch.
That was a great job by Connor. And what a job by O.J. breaking the tackle and getting out of the way. And Connor did a great job sticking to his route and getting to the open field.
At the last second, O.J. saw the blitz and just kind of shoulder shrugged the would-be Husky tackler off him, then rolled to his right and found the tight end Connor Long with his 4th catch of the season. And then once he got it, he just refused to go down for another 10 yards.
40-yard play.
Kalea hands the ball off, trying the right side and not getting anywhere at all is Cox Cooley. He gets to the 19. He'll pick up a half yard or so. It's going to be second down.
Cox Cooley, I tell you, Coach Benbow's done a great job here in the second half of reining in this running attack by the Warriors. Besides the 67-yard run right off the get-go, the Warriors have been stymied on the run game here in the third quarter.
10.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Warriors leading 22-13. Second down and 10. Cox Cooley goes in motion. Handoff up the middle. That's Chase Blackburn. He'll get near the 10-yard line. It's going to be third and short for the Warriors. They'll mark it at the 11. They have to get just past the 10.
Blackburn's got a quiet 50 yards on 7 carries. But Blackburn can get going at any time. We know that.
Blackburn's had a pair of 41-yard touchdown runs this season. But usually that is in relief of Cox Cooley. Tonight he's been asked to play the role of fullback with Kobe Mitchell being injured, and he has done a superb job. Third and short, Kalea, pitch play. Lowering his head and getting close to the first down is Blackburn. But it's going to be close. They're going to mark the ball exactly on the 10. And that is going to be about a half yard short. It's fourth down and about a foot. Ball is sitting exactly on the 10-yard line, near side hash mark. And here's where you think that Del Norte could rely on Big Luke King, the center, and 200-pound O.J. Kalea if they want to. That's what they do, and he picks up the first down.
And more.
And more. He gets it to the 5, running behind King and also the right guard, Tanner Forkner.
The Warriors just opposing their wheel up front here. Great job by the Warrior front line. And 8:55 left here in the ball game. Warriors up by 9, looking for another score.
Del Norte ranked number 3, according to Max Prep, in the North Coast section, Division 5. Huskies, I believe, are 8, if memory serves.
Yes, they are.
That's out of 17 teams. First and goal from the 5. Kalea goes under center. Cox Cooley gets the ball. Penalty flag stops the play. And a legal procedure again.
As 2 running backs were moving at the same time before the ball was snapped.
Warriors threatening to go over 200 yards. 30, 40, 50, 55 yards so far just in the second half after 91 yards in the first half in penalty yardage. That's a field and a half of mistakes.
And like I said, we have more penalty yards than Fortuna does on offense.
So it's now first and goal from the 10 rather than from the 5. Kalea under center. Cox Cooley left side, cuts it up, finds some room, stretches, and comes up just short. It's going to be second and goal from the 1. This time the left side of Del Norte's front line. Slayton and Thompson paving the way.
8 yards on the carry.
They mark it at the 2 rather than the 1.
19 rushes for Cox Cooley tonight. Well over 200 yards.
Del Norte's junior varsity won easily tonight to go to 4-1. Now, second and goal. Kalea himself. Touchdown, Del Norte. O.J. Kalea with his first touchdown run of the season.
Great job by O.J. 4-yard touchdown run. Keep it simple, Coach Chris White says. Obviously, we can't do a lot, but you know what? We're going to QB sneak it right into the end zone, and that's exactly what the Warriors did. Warriors now lead 28-13. If they're looking at the thing, they need to go for 2 here.
But
leading by 15, 2 would make it a 3-score game. This is only going to make it 16.
KG Adams-Lee puts foot to ball. It sails deep into the ninth. The referees throw up their hands. It's good. And Del Norte extends the lead with 7:34 to go. It's Warriors 29, Huskies 13.
And that touchdown brought to you by L&L Design and Construction for home and remodel and new construction. Call 707-465-6432. That's L&L Design and Construction.
If Del Norte can hold on to this lead, still half a quarter to go, it will be dating back 15 years. Del Norte will have 16 wins, and Fortuna will have 18 wins in this series.
Unbelievable rivalry between these two teams.
And
you gotta love it.
It's amazing how often these two teams have met in the playoffs.
Yes.
And it seems like Fortuna always finds a way to win. Last year in the semifinals here at Mike Whalen Field, the final was 30-8. It was much closer than that. It was tight until the last few minutes of the game, and then Huskies got a couple cheap scores late. Not cheap, but easy scores as Del Norte was trying to tackle the ball rather than the ball carrier. And Kenji Adams-Lee will kick off. The right-footed senior steps up to the ball, gives it a punch, and it's going to be fielded by Letter at the 20, just on the left sideline, and he'll get it out almost to the 40. Making the tackle for the Warriors was Noah Yang. First and 10 now for the Huskies. Del Norte in front, 29-13, 7:27 remaining here in the second half on the Cedar Coast Hospital scoreboard. Mark it at the 39. And here is where the Huskies They've had trouble throwing the ball all season, and now they pretty much have to. 2 receivers come out to the right, 2 to the left, single running back behind Taylor. Handoff on the sweep to Nyberg. He turns upfield, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Warriors to greet him. Luke King, Kai Baugh, and Tanner Fortner leading the charge.
Gotta love it when Luke comes over and gives a big muscle pound. Like, I got that one. Lost a one on the play. Nyberg is going to have nightmares tonight.
Connor Long comes in for the Warriors. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left once again. And whistles blow. And Del Norte's going to call timeout just to make sure everybody knows what they're doing. And I guess one more chance to say hello to some more Sportscaster Club members, including Affordable Tow, with dependable, fast, and reliable towing when your vehicle isn't going. Oh, I like that. I made that up.
That was good.
I had to cover since I made a mistake. Chawel, Benz, and Harwood. Good luck, Warriors, from Team CBH, your local accounting and tax firm, and Oat Hill Organic Beef, local grass-fed organic Angus beef from our friends at Oak Hill Organic Beef. Del Norte leading halfway through the fourth quarter, 29-13 over Fortuna. This is the non-conference version of this game. These 2 teams are going to meet again in Fortuna on October 25th. That will be the Big 4 conference game. Before that, St. Bernard's will come to Del Norte October 18th. And then on November 1st, Eureka will be here for close of the regular season. Warriors seem to be well on their way to another postseason berth. Fortuna with the ball, Nyberg in motion, Huff back to pass. And he is going to go down. Kai Baugh grabs him from behind and just brings him backwards. No gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 11.
Kai Baugh, you think he missed playing football? He's pretty happy to be out there.
He was practically a legend as a freshman on the JV, but then for various reasons had to leave the area. Not bad reasons, but just from some family matters. Ended up in Oregon, but wanted to come back here for his senior year. Been dinged up, and so this is his first action of the season. Huff back to pass. The right-hander slips, but throws. And it is caught twice. Making the grab is Gans.
Letter.
Was it 18 or 13?
You're right. It was Gans.
It was Gans. Right at the 50-yard line. That's going to be good for a first down. Or is it?
Everybody's slow rolling out here. I don't see no flags, though. Yeah?
We're backing it up. So wipe the reception off. Instead, it's going to be a penalty against the Huskies. 5-yard variety, just the 5th of the night against Fortuna.
Very costly one for Fortuna there if they were going to look to get back in this.
Great grab by Gans. Back to the 30, let's call it the 33 of Fortuna. They have to get to their own 49 for a first down. 3rd down coming up. 3 receivers come out to the left, 1 to the right. Ball in the middle of the field. Back to pass is Huff. He's scrambling, throws deep, caught. Nice catch. First down. Oh, and then the ball.
Freeman. What a great job by Nick Freeman, jumping out in front of Gans and ripping that ball out as he went to the ground. Incomplete pass.
Nice play by the senior, because it looked like Gans had it in both hands. But as you said, Mad Dog, he just knocked it free right out of his hands.
You know, you show up to the Blue and Gold show at 6 o'clock in the morning, good things happen for you at night.
Yes, for sure.
Freeman was one of my guests this morning. You know, I coached him up a little bit, Pritchett. You could tell.
So 4th down and a whole bunch. And the question is, what will Fortuna do? Whether they will go for it. Trailing with 5:36 left in regulation, 29-13. And, in fact, they do send the punt team back.
Warriors won't send anybody back. They'll have Caleb Price at strong safety still.
And so there's the kick. It's end over end. and then turn sideways and will come to rest at the 33-yard line of the Warriors, where they'll take over 1st and 10 with the lead, 29-13, 5:27 remaining.
Del Norte, this is where it is. You know, we talked about it when we played Moreau Catholic. This is where you got to put that team on your back, that front line right here, and just pound the ball down the middle and drain out that clock.
A little different in that case where Del Norte was leading by 1. Now
we are up by 16.
Now up by 2 scores.
Still just as important not to give Fortuna that ball back.
Warriors come to the line of scrimmage. Kalea hands it off. Cox Cooley, right side, slips one tackle and dives forward past the 40. Nice effort by the junior. And it's going to be 2nd down and about 3. Cox Cooley with
241 yards on the ground and 47 yards in the air. Approaching 300 yards of all-purpose yards.
Yeah. Not to mention a kickoff return or 2.
Mm-hmm.
2nd down. Ball just past the 40 on the Del Norte side of the field. Kalea goes under center. Hands the ball off. Finding some running room. Getting the 1st down is Chase Blackburn. Past midfield to about the 49-yard line. 1st down for the Warriors.
Another 9 yards for Blackburn. Great job bouncing it off tackle.
Have you ever been to Trinity Valley High School and watched a football game there?
No, I have not.
I have not either. Looking forward to it.
When you drive down 299, you can look up on the hill and you see the football field, but I've never been up on that bluff and been to a football game.
Last year, Del Norte won handily. However, the Wolves actually scored first and played their best game of the season, I've been told, against Del Norte. 1st down, handoff up the middle, and diving forward
RJ
is Lofton.
He'll pick up 3.
He gets it down to the 46-yard line. Clock running, less than 4 minutes to go now. Del Norte comfortably on its way to a 5-1 record to start the season. The only blemish last week in Klamath Falls against a very good number 2 ranked Mazama team. I was really impressed with how well coached that team was. When they wanted to take air out of the ball, every single player knew exactly what to do. Kalea now wanting to do the same thing. Hands it off to Lofton. Stutter step, still on his feet, and is tackled from behind.
This freshman's going to be something good, John. I tell you what, he kept those legs up pumping. Good for 7 yards on the play. 8 yards.
All the way down to the Mazama, I'm sorry. All the way down to the Fortuna 47-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up. Less than 3 minutes to go in the contest.
The freshman averaging 6 yards a carry right now. 6 carries for him. Just over 36 yards.
Caleb Price goes out wide to the left. Twin running backs. Handoff. The freshman again. And this time he'll get maybe 1. And it's going to be 2nd down and 9.
2:30 left here in the ball game. As there was some moments tonight where the Del Norte fans were a little bit nervous, but as that clock keeps ticking here, the Warriors look like they're going to take care of business in this non-conference rivalry game.
And yes, Fortuna is definitely down. They lost so many outstanding players from those teams that won not only a section title, but 2 years ago won the state title. But anytime you can beat Fortuna and beat them handily, that's a sign of a good team. Cox Cooley this time going on the left side. He'll get it past the 35 to the 34 before being brought down. Less than 2 minutes to go now in the contest.
Well, I think the biggest thing that we've learned tonight is that Fortuna will not be an easy out for any of the Big Four teams in the final 3 games of the season. They're going to come get you. They're going to give you the best they got. And they, you show up and you don't want to play hard and you want to have some turnovers and penalties, they're going to come get you.
And remember that the conference game will actually be in Fortuna. And that field will be, it'll be rough, to say the least, because of everything that goes on that field. Handoff once again. Cox Cooley staying on his feet, moving the pile past the 30, near the first down marker. And clock's going to stop while they take a look at this.
Personal foul against Fortuna.
So that makes it academic that it will be a first down.
Cox Cooley's going to pick up 6 on the play. 22 carries for Cox Cooley tonight. I'm going to need a calculator.
I gave you one. You lost it.
I don't need calculators.
You've been very solid lately.
At least thank you. You've been checking my work. I know what you're taking home.
Mad Dog does the stats, and then I take them home, and I just kind of double check them.
Been pretty good.
Then I can play. Yeah.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Warriors inside the 20, down to the 18.
Considering I've got two different Big Four conference standings listed in my notes. Kalea goes under center. About a minute left. And he's going to take a knee. And the Warriors, as Timmy Thompson falls over the tea kettle there. And Del Norte, I don't think we'll have to run another play to wrap this one up. Warriors are going to go to 5-1 on the year with a sloppy, however convincing win over Fortuna. 29-13 is our final. Kalea takes one more knee, and that will be the ball game. Del Norte captures the homecoming victory at Mike Whalen Field. Our final tonight, Del Norte 29 and Fortuna 13. A great win for the Warriors, but a lot of things to work on. Turnovers and especially penalties.
Del Norte's definitely got to clean that up, but I tell you what, anytime you can get a win against Fortuna, these kids don't need to hang their hats. They did a great job tonight and executed as much as they needed to get the win.
Stay with us for the Freeman Rock postgame report coming up. Coach Nick White will be joining us. We'll be looking over the stats and taking a look at next week's game. Our final once again, Del Norte wins 29-13 over Fortuna. We're broadcasting live with Warrior Pride. You're listening to Del Norte Sports.
It's time now for the postgame show, and it's brought to you by Freeman Rock, family-owned, serving Curry and Del Norte counties. We'll be back with Mad Dog and John coming up next.
Freeman Rock is your complete source for landscaping products, including topsoil and soil amendments. Buying your products in bulk is the most economical and ecologically friendly. And Freeman Rock also delivers. Freeman Rock is open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, and Saturday by appointment. Freeman Rock has supplied our communities with quality ready-mix concrete, sand, and gravel, and now landscaping supplies since 1976. Check out our new updated interactive website, freemanrock.com, or call 469-2444.
The Hyuchi Hamlet, nestled in the redwoods by the Smith River, is your store of convenience. Whether you're spending the day at the river swimming, fishing, hiking, camping, or just taking a leisurely drive, Hyuchi Hamlet has everything you need, from hot snacks, cold beverages, and groceries to fishing tackle and gas. Stop in to see what kind of goodies you can find whenever you're nearby. Hyuchi Hamlet, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors.
Life can change in a heartbeat. A traffic accident, a sports injury, a heart attack or stroke. Suddenly, your world turns upside down. When you need attention quickly, turn to Sutter Coast Hospital's 24-hour emergency room. Skilled emergency doctors and nurses here offer compassionate and immediate care. Located in Crescent City, right off Highway 101, turn to Sutter Coast Hospital, serving the North Coast region for more than 30 years.
When you choose L&L Design and Construction, it's a game changer. They can do it all. New home construction, remodels large or small, garages and manufactured home site development. They're local, reliable, and love this community. When it comes to design and construction, choose the LaFazio family at L&L, proud supporters of the Del Norte Warriors. Start planning for spring today. Call 707-465-6432, license number 931605. And now, the postgame show, brought to you by Freeman Rock, family-owned, serving Curry and Del Norte counties. And now, here's Mad Dog and John.
Del Norte gives a chilly homecoming crowd something to cheer about with a 29-13 win over Fortuna here at Mike Whalen Field. John Pritchett, John Horner with you, with JD back at the studio. A good win for Del Norte, which improves to 5-1 all non-conference games this season. Let's take a look at the scoring. And it was the Huskies that got on board first as Kobe Letter scored on a 7-yard run. Kick was good, and with 4:16 left in the first quarter, it was the Huskies leading 7-0. And it wasn't until the second quarter that Del Norte got in front. In this case, it was thanks to a Gio Gonzalez 14-yard run on 3rd and goal. Then on the extra point, the snap was high. Kalea grabbed it, threw it into the end zone, where Connor Long, who had a great game tonight, made the catch, and the Warriors led 8-7, and that was the score at halftime. After that, Del Norte kind of put the game away. On the very first play from scrimmage for Del Norte, Cox Cooley bolted 67 yards for the score. Adams Lee's kick was good. Del Norte led 15-7. Cox Cooley added another TD a few minutes later in the third quarter, this time from 6 yards out. Adams Lee's kick was good again, and it's 22-7. Del Norte felt that they were comfortably in front. But an interception deep in Del Norte territory, and Fortuna turned that into a score, with Reagan Nyberg catching a 10-yard touchdown pass from Taylor, and the extra point was no good. 22-13 at the end of 3. Warriors put the game away midway through the fourth quarter. O.J. Kalea with his first touchdown on the ground this season from 4 yards out. The kick was good, and that was our final, 29-13. And Mad Dog, you have the stats.
Absolutely. If we take a look at the Fortuna side, Fortuna, what an unbelievable defensive performance by the defensive performance by the Del Norte Warriors. 15 rushes for 53 yards for the Fortuna Huskies. 4 of 9 passes for 45 yards. A total of 98 yards of offense by Fortuna. Nyberg was held to under 10 yards tonight. What a great job by the Fortuna front line. And you got to remember that 98 yards, 35 of it came on one play, and that was right there in the first quarter.
Nyberg came into the game, 80 carries, 459 yards, 5.7 yards per carry, and 4 touchdowns.
I don't know if Del Norte's ever held Fortuna to 53 yards on the ground. Fortuna only ran 3 plays from the line of scrimmage in the fourth quarter. So a great job, time of possession for the Warriors. Taking a look at the Del Norte side, we were 3 of 5 passing for 114 yards, 45 rushes for 361 yards on the ground, 475 yards of offense, led by Levi Cox Cooley. He had 22 carries for 250 yards on the ground. He caught a screen pass from Kaleha for 47 yards for a total of 297 yards of all-purpose yards for Cox Cooley. Blackburn had 9 carries for 61, and the freshman, R.J. Lofton, had 7 carries for 33 yards. Gonzalez had 9 yards. Kalea had 9 yards. Then you had Long with a 40-yard catch, along with Gonzalez. Both Long's catch and Gonzalez's catch for 27 yards were big, big plays, passing plays for the Warriors. Just kind of keeping that Fortuna defense honest, but great job once again by this Del Norte team.
Let's take a quick look at the Seaquake play of the game, and it came in the second quarter, and it sounded pretty exciting. It sounded something like this. Handoff right side. Cox Cooley gone. He is history. He is a vapor disappearing into the night and into the end zone. No penalty flags, none whatsoever. And that is your Seaquake play of the game. Your Seaquake play of the game as Del Norte captures the 29-13 victory. And Mad Dog, on defense, I think we need to point out the superb game played by two players especially. One, Tanner Forkner, who imposed his will, especially in the first half, on Nyberg, who kept running into Forkner, and Forkner would pick him up and drive him about 5 yards down the field. And then Kai Baugh making his first varsity appearance as a senior here at Del Norte High School. And Baugh certainly made his presence felt.
Well, you could tell that kid was hungry to get out on the football field, and he did just a fantastic job in his first game back. Coach LaFazio using him sparingly and did a great job. And then you had, obviously, Forkner's job all night was to find Nyberg, and he did a fantastic job at that. Nyberg's going to have nightmares with Nyberg when it comes to seeing him in the backfield all night long. He started early. Forkner did a great job of knowing where Nyberg was at all times and did a great job executing the game plan for Coach LaFazio. But like I said, I don't know if I've ever seen a Fortuna Husky offense with rushing yards at 53 yards tonight. Del Norte's defense did a fantastic job holding Fortuna to 98 yards total offense, 53 yards on the ground. What a fantastic job.
Well, that's your opinion. Let's get the opinion of...
Mine really doesn't matter.
The one that counts. That's Coach Nick White, who's joined us up here on the Freeman Rock postgame report. Congratulations, Coach. 29-13 win over Fortuna. A lot to like. Some things that have to be cleaned up, but still you must be pleased.
Yeah, it's, we faced a ton of adversity in the second half, and we came out. We challenged the kids at halftime, and they came out the first play and responded with the touchdown. First play of the second half, boom, we score. So it was, that was a great response from them. Fortuna's always tough. They're always tough.
Your defense absolutely took Fortuna right out of the play. It seemed like Tanner Forkner was inside the huddle of Fortuna every time they called a play for Nyberg, because he was just driving him backwards every single time.
That's a great testament to that kid. He puts in time, work, effort. He's a student of the game, which is great to have kids like that want to learn. And that's our defensive scheme with Coach LaFazio, and we had them well prepared. They knew some of the stuff that was coming, and Tanner and amongst the others took advantage of it.
Cox Cooley, of course, with a career high, over 200 yards rushing and the reception. Was it going in, did you know you were going to feed him the ball a lot, or did you think, did it just come naturally, hey, he's got the rhythm, let's keep feeding him the rock?
It's, with this offense, you take what the defense gives you. So they're always going to take away something. So now you got to counter back with the weakness of their defense. And tonight, it happened to be Levi got loose. Looks like I didn't even know I had that much yards. That's crazy. But he made some great cuts and broke some tackles, and our line did a good job for him. Looks like, for sure.
And then you moved Blackburn into the fullback role with Kobe Mitchell being injured, and he really stepped up. Not so much running the ball, but out there blocking.
Yeah, he's, Chase, whatever we ask of Chase, he does. He is full-hearted into the program. He loves playing football, and that's what, we knew we would be good with Chase at fullback, because he tries super hard, works hard at it, and studies and knows what to do.
And you got some nice carries out of your freshman, Lofton.
We did. RJ is going to be a super good player for us. So we knew he had the ability to come up. He reads his block real well. He's shifty, he sets up the block, and he'll make a little cut here and there, and he's got big things in the future.
So that's all great news. Let's take a look at the two issues that jump off the page. Three turnovers, two in the two fumbles in the first quarter, one of which that led to an early score for Fortuna, and then the interception in the third quarter that produced a touchdown as well for the Huskies.
Yeah, it's that's what I told the kids. It's like we have the two problems. Penalties have been a problem for us all year. And turnovers last game and this game. So we had 0 turnovers. In the past 2 games, we've had 5.
Yeah.
So, and that's definitely, your chances of losing aren't going to be very high if you keep turning the ball over and have penalties. We're lucky tonight. Our defense just played lights out. They were unbelievable.
146 yards in penalties tonight.
Wow.
And I know a lot of times some of those penalties are just aggression penalties, just trying too hard penalties, but 7 procedure penalties.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that's going to turn a young man like you into a gray-haired man like me.
Yeah, I guarantee I have a couple more gray hairs after tonight. So
how do you address that as a coach?
We're going to address it during practice. We'll address it in our own way, and the kids will definitely know that we won't be doing that anymore.
Sounds ominous. What do you know about Trinity Valley, next week's opponent?
Trinity, they'll come out. It's their homecoming, so they're going to come out and play super hard. We're going to prepare, watch film, prepare for them, and then we have another great 4-hour bus ride. So we can't. It seems like we can't take hour trips this year. So we might as well go for the 8-hour, 7-hour, and 4-hour, 2 4-hour ones.
Well, Coach, congratulations, 5-1 on the season.
Thank you.
Trinity Valley next week in Weaverville, and then you get a week off.
Yeah, we get this one in a bye week, which comes at a great time because it's right before our league play starts, and then we have a very, very tough league, and we get to see these guys again. So they're tough. Fortuna's always well coached, great coaching staff. Their kids believe, they buy in, and any win you can take over them is a great win.
Absolutely, absolutely. I don't know if you realize this, but Fortuna and Del Norte have played each other 33 times in 15 years coming into tonight. Mm-hmm. And now it's 18 for Fortuna, 16 for Del Norte.
All right.
That's how even it's been.
We got to get past them then.
Coach Nick White joining us here on the Freeman Rock postgame report. Warriors capture the 29-13 victory over Fortuna. Coach, any final thoughts?
No, it's just, really good win for us. Homecoming victory. It's always good, and we're going to get back on the grind next week.
Mad Dog, any final thoughts from you as we get the headphones traded over?
Oh, what a great job by the Warriors. And I tell you what, it was impressive to see the kids come out. RJ Lofton. I like how Del Norte's the next man up. Connor Long got some time in on defensive end, not always a starter, did a great job defensively at stopping the run. Then you had Kai Baugh coming back from the injury, right? Kobe Mitchell on the sideline. Del Norte's only suiting 20 to 22 players a game, but it just seems like the next man up mentality has been fantastic for the Warriors. They might not be deep, but there's so many players on that team that are athletic and very versatile.
As mentioned, next week we will be in Weaverville for a 7:30 p.m. battle against Trinity Valley. That'll wrap up the non-conference portion of the schedule. Then the Warriors have the bye on October 11th, and then the Big Four conference season starts. The next home game will be on October 11th as St. Bernard's, who are undefeated, had a bye tonight, will come to Mike Whalen Field. Any thoughts about that?
I don't know. I can't wait for that St. Bernard's game. I hate to look past Trinity. But, me and Coach Tomlin and me and the St. Bernard's crew, love-hate relationship. I can root for them in the playoffs, but when it comes to regular season and it comes against Del Norte football, I can't wait for that matchup.
Del Norte's junior varsity won tonight a 51-8 victory over Fortuna as the Warriors JVs now 4-1 on the season. That closes out tonight's game. A big thanks, as always, to our engineer without peer, JD, back in the studio. Could not do it without you. For Mike O'Brien at KPOD, General Manager Larry Tempe, President Mike Wilson, and the entire Bicoastal Media family, thank you so much for listening. Remember, you can hear a broadcast of the game on DelNorteSports.com starting on Monday. Once again, our final score tonight on homecoming night. The Warriors capture a 29-13 victory over Fortuna to improve to 5-1 on the season. For John Horner, I'm John Pritchett. We'll be with you next Friday night as Del Norte travels to Trinity Valley High of Weaverville with kickoff slated for 7:30 p.m. Good night, everybody. Stay safe, drive carefully, and may God bless.
You've been listening to the Del Norte Warrior Game of the Week. And the Game of the Week is brought to you by Center Coast Hospital, serving our community with care. the Hayuchi Hamlet, gas, fishing, tackle, and snacks for your Wild Rivers adventure. Lisa McCowan, State Farm Insurance. Call Lisa when you want great service and State Farm Insurance. L&L Design and Construction. They love to support the Warriors. For construction work, call 465-6432. Coast Central Credit Union, people helping people. And Freeman Rock, family-owned, serving Curry and Del Norte counties. This has been a Bicoastal Media Sports presentation.